think I got it.
It looks like it's all going.
Yeah.
You just gotta check on your phone if it'll let you with all the trouble you've been having finding your own YouTube videos, which is kind of fucking funny.
Yeah, it's because I
But if you go to the YouTube channel, what you gotta do, the new thing for the YouTube channel I noticed is videos streamed and live.
Yeah.
If you're live broadcasting and all that fun stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah, I just don't, like, do the whole algorithm obsession.
Apparently, I liked my own life. That's what it says, look.
Yeah. Liked alive.
So, anywho.
Hey! I'm TPAW.
Karnage 6778.
Snicked. And we're going to talk about different things today.
Some of the lunacy that's happened to me.
Yeah, some of the lunacy that's happened to him. I watched 65 Million Years Ago, which is a movie that Adam Driver played in with dinosaurs. And talk a little bit about that. Maybe, you know, BS a little bit about dinosaurs and shit. But anyway,
is the
that's...
microphone actually on?
Oh, that's right. Haha, YouTube wouldn't hear me anyway.
Those bastards.
Yeah.
Because we're so used to checking it, that's why I'm like,
yeah. I usually do. I usually do check it.
Un momento.
Let's see if I can get my cable to uncork from my ass.
You mean your chair's ass?
Yeah. Well, if you can't tell, this is how our life has been going recently. Everything is just weird. And it's wrapped around my weights. That's fun. Apparently, my cable wanted to lift weights.
It needed to be stronger.
Yeah.
It knew it was a weak link.
Yeah, it's like, Daddy, I'm weak. I need to lift weights.
Okay, have fun, kid. So we might need to move the phone in a minute to make sure with the whatnot. Other way, you got it upside down. All right. If you need to, we just move my phone.
Check. Yep. T-Paw's mic is working now. So on YouTube, hey, T-Paw,
Karnage,
and Snicked. So like I said before, on the YouTube side of things, I'm going to be talking about dinosaurs and 65 million years ago, a movie I watched last night, which is kind of cool. And then
I'll talk about how I think dinosaurs are just dragons. And that was their original name because people are stupid.
Exactly. So we're just kind of just shoot the shit. It's going to be a fun little podcasting. We're going to both see Deadpool and Wolverine tomorrow.
Yep.
Just at 2 different times. Because he's going to do the afternoon showtime, and we're going to do the morning. So we're going to see it first.
Well, if I get to the 1:30 one,
yeah.
If donation doesn't take too long, I can get the matinee. Because you get a discount on the matinees.
That's going to be nice for us, because when he was talking about getting a bucket thing that they have like a Wolverine and a Deadpool bucket that looks lewd, where it looks like you're, giving them a handy. Basically.
No, you're choking them.
Yeah, choking them.
Shoving your hand down their
choking
throat.
that corn. Basically, I was telling him before we went, on live on the show, I was like, yeah, depending on the price, I might try to get both. I'm not sure. I might just get both just to say fuck it and get both. Yeah. And stuff. I mean, I've been doing hella overtime recently. Literally the last 2 weeks has just been me just diving into overtime and trying to pile in the hours. And I'm just going to keep doing it while they have the hours open because,
more money, more problems, but more money, more money.
Yeah. And they're going to end up closing it up in the fall and winter probably, so. Invite Gostel to join live? Nah.
I don't think she would like to join.
Okay, so the thing about Gostel is that she's fine with going live as long as she's able to play a cartoon character. Oh, the 9 psychos are back. TikTok censoring my comments. Oh.
Great. That's like them telling me I'm a bad guy because I put on a live while driving, but I was paying attention to driving and said, if y'all say anything, my passenger can read it.
Yeah. Which is funny because when he told me that he got yelled at for that, I was like, you realize how many TikTok videos I've seen of people driving their cars and still, like,
But it's
doing
the
things?
video, it's not live. Complain.
And I was like going, but you put your phone up on the docking thing in the car, and then Jose just can scroll. And he's like, I know, that's why I did it. And I'm like, they're stupid.
Point in case.
Yeah, I'm just like going, okay, why would they yell at you for that anyway?
Somebody complained I was being unsafe because I was driving while letting the phone record me driving.
Yeah. Like, wow. But yeah, I'm going to be doing lots of overtime in the next couple months because with the way AAA works is that summer is where all the extra hours are. This is what Steven was telling me, and he's one of the higher up managers who knows all the higher ups apparently. But and goes to all the different conventions and shit that AAA does. But wintertime is where it dies. Like where you just don't get overtime much. You might get lucky and get some overtime because, you know, people are mad. You would not believe, okay, so because I've worked from 8 a.m. now until 8:30 p.m., like full 12 hours, and because of that I get like 2 extra breaks, which is nice. I literally managed to squeak by with 8 minutes left on my break, and I still didn't take the full break, and I still did the full 12 hours. You were like, go screw your wife, and I'm just like going, I mean, that'd be nice, but, you know, we have kids. But like, yeah, no, I was not expecting anything like that, but, yeah, no, that promotes dangerous activities. I mean, if you're driving a car and your phone is literally docked on a docking station,
and I'm not looking at it constantly,
and he's not looking at it constantly. In fact, like he never. I'm the guy who checks the comment section. Okay, he's not, and
No.
so he would have Jose flip through it, and then if Jose's like, well, she said this, and then she said, and he would literally cut him off mid sentence on the first comment and say, I don't care, and say, I just wanted to know, and that's it, and you know,
or he'd tell me what they said and be like, okay, good for you. You answer their questions.
Yeah, literally. Like, I'm the guy that does the Q&A. Like, you know, I want people, if people are willing to chime in and say their thoughts, I'll literally sit there and be like, ooh, what'd they say next? Whereas he's just like, who cares?
I mean, let's see. Last girlfriend, too many comments. Wife before that wouldn't shut the fuck up. And when she shut up and I tried to talk to her, she told me to shut up. So it's like, yeah, you know what? I don't give a shit anymore. I don't.
Yeah. He's not... See, that's the thing. He wants to be president one day, right? But I'm pretty sure he'd pull a Trump and be like, cherry pick who's making the comments and who's not. And then all the journalists would be like, he's not taking my comments. And he'd be like, sorry, I don't take comments from morons.
I mean, no, I'd be worse than that. It's because of the first question you asked.
Yeah.
Shut up and enjoy my show.
Yeah.
Alright, next!
Pretty much. You get a more insane, but more
Mentally stable.
Yeah, mentally stable and digestible president out of him. Like, you'd essentially be like, this is like Trump, and it'd be like, yeah, but he's younger. He's like Vivek, actually. Vivek Ramaswamy that's like pissing everybody off, but yet they find out they love him anyway.
Da-da-da-da, welcome to the show.
Yeah. I'm still annoyed that Ramaswamy's not doing...
No, he did it on purpose. I know why he did it. I might find his Twitter and send him a, hey, I want to become VP, so when you run again,
yeah,
hit me up, homie.
That guy, okay, so I watched, I watch a lot of podcasts, right? Because I'm a podcaster, obviously, but, like, I watch a lot of
for
it.
the fun of it.
Yeah, but I also love listening to podcasts. I'll watch them, and then I'll listen to them. Sometimes if it's a video broadcast, I'll literally watch it, because a lot of times you could pick up a lot just on how someone's body language is. And with Vivek, like, that guy knows his shit. Like, he really does. Like, I know there's people out there that are like, he's rude. Of course he is. Or he's just...
Oh, well, okay, my comment on that, he's rude. You mean he's honest?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that's why he's an asshole. How about you all pull your heads out of your ass and quit being, ew, safe space. I'm sorry, this is a public, I'm going to tell you the truth. If you don't like it, don't show up.
I dislike the delay on the lives because you guys go so fast. They're always on another topic before I get to respond. Be faster.
No, not be faster. Go to YouTube.
Whichever one. I mean, that's part of why. So he actually is the one who pitched for us to do both for TikTok and YouTube. I was initially
For shits and giggles.
yeah. I was initially wanting to because Streamlabs has the ability to do multi-stream. I was gonna pay the $20 a month to do the multi-stream, and he's like, "No, fuck that. It's free to run it on my phone and run it off your laptop." He also wanted us to have a second video camera on another laptop and have it from a different angle, and I was
like right there
Yeah.
for freaking Rumble.
yeah, and I was like going, "So you want to be John Campea show?" He's like, "I mean, if that's how you want to see it." I'm like, "That's kind of the way John Campea show is," and he's like, "Then I guess we're gonna be like that."
I'm just like, let's just get as many freaking devices and just on all applications. F you
Yep.
fuckers.
Yeah, I still. So I need to take a day and just dump like 50 episodes of content on Rumble and
Oh my
see how
God.
fast we freaking grow. Because YouTube, whether we like it or not, buries us under the
Dying
algorithm. And it died. Yeah, it's dying. Like, it's literally owned by big tech. So it literally controls what you see. And so if you're seeing something on the internet, you got to be careful what you see because they literally have the ability to control your algorithm, which means they have the ability to control your perception of reality.
That's why when I start swiping past anything that's political, all I get is the TV show clips
Yeah.
and the TV shows that I'm trying to watch through the clips off shorts and reels and stuff, and I'm just, okay, yeah, I'll just keep going with the shorts because at least I can watch the whole show.
Yeah.
Like, one of them is, I think it's Rookie,
Yeah.
is one of them, because it's literally talking about being a rookie, becoming an actual cop, and then how the new, who are the rookies, training the new rookies. Really good show.
I need to, yeah, I need to
I
get
would like
caught
to
up on
find
shows.
it and just sit there and watch the whole thing like me and you just like...
Because I used to be able to at least be half caught up on stuff that he was talking to me about, or at least see most of the videos that he'd send me. And now that I've been working so much overtime, he's like, "Did you see the one thing?" And I'm like, "The answer is no." And he's like, "Oh, okay." And I'm like,
Here, I'll pull it up real quick.
and I'm like, "The answer's gonna be no because I haven't been able to watch shit."
That's why when you come out, I just go through the text messages. Where's the funniest one? It's like right in front of me. The fact, the one that has the most facts. It's like,
If you guys are hearing boom booms, by the way, it's because my microphone is picking up on it. So I apologize.
I apologize for nothing. We live in Utah. The lunatics are setting off fireworks because they were told they could.
Yeah. Is it raining or is that the tree out front hitting the window? That's fireworks. Yes, it is fireworks. I just said that. I was very consciously aware because as I was talking,
They went off.
they went off, and my right ear is super sensitive, and it was like, they probably hear that on the mic. That was my mental commentary.
Yes, we heard everything.
What I was hearing earlier wasn't the fireworks. Oh, okay. What were you hearing?
I mean, with the wind blowing, it could be anything.
Yeah, it could be. I mean,
Maybe that's what scared the crap out
you
of
guys have been
the
you guys were living in this house way
Phoenix
longer
and
than me.
woke her up.
Yeah. I asked her actually. I was like, "What woke you up?" And she didn't answer me. She just kind of shook her head no at me, and I'm like, "Did the fireworks wake you up?" And she's like, "No." I'm like, "Did you just get scared or something?" And then she went, "No." And I'm like, "Did something else wake you up?" "No." I'm like, "So you're not gonna answer my question?" Got it.
I mean, thus is a child.
Yeah.
So.
The now almost 6-year-old. Even though I've been calling it's a funny thing with our kids. As they progress in their age, I've noticed that like Luciana, I've been calling her a toddler this whole time, even though she just barely turned 2 now. And
But she's running around like one.
yeah, and then like Aryan, I was calling him 8-year-old when he was 8. He was 7, turning 8. I was like, "Okay, 8-year-old," and he's like, "I'm not 8 yet." And I'm like, "You're almost there." And then like, but at first it was like
It all blends.
within 2 to 3 weeks, of his birthday. But now it got to the point where it was like 2 months before his birthday, and I'm like, "Okay, you're 8-year-old." He's like, "But I'm not 8." I'm like,
Close enough.
"Close enough. We're getting there." Because everything just blends together for me now. Like it really does.
Okay, we have one constant viewer, which is Calypso, and
Mhm.
GhostL or whatever she wants to use for her online name. Any lunatics who are watching on YouTube, or anybody else who hops in on TikTok, unless it's like not being shown to anybody except for the people who subscribe to me, which would suck. But
Yeah.
do the ladies like the beard? Because all these like thirsty women online have been like, "Ooh, you have a beard," at me. It's like, Jesus Christ, like breathe. I put up photos of the last time we took physiques, which we have to do Saturday. We have to freaking do because we didn't do it last week.
Yeah, I know we didn't do it.
So we have to. Because for one, apparently that's where I'm getting all the ladies on Insta.
Yeah.
They're chasing me, and me putting up my physique photos on some of these dating apps is why I'm having 1,000 women attack me. It's like, I don't have the money. I'm not paying for a membership. Okay. Damn it!
She was more than likely half asleep. You do that too sometimes. Just wake up and seem conscious, but not. Bang. Yes, indeed, bang. Yeah, no, I know she does that sometimes. I just figured I'd ask her.
We all do.
I just figured I'd ask her, and it was roll the dice if she answered the question or not.
If she's conscious enough to be aware.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be anything with her. She's the common denominator. She's the Leo child who is also the middle child, and likes to play with the boys, so she thinks she is one.
I mean, she's rough and tumbly, so.
Yeah, she is.
And see, there's my issue, like with the whole, well, with some of the trans stuff. With
Yeah.
Like, well, I was a tomboy. Okay, what's wrong with being a tomboy?
Right.
I mean, I'm sorry. Usually the women I go after are usually more tomboy-ish.
Yeah.
Because it's like, alright, she's rough and tumbly, she can handle me.
Yeah.
Because I'm not fucking soft and gentle.
That reminds me of that conversation I had with Rachel earlier about the whole trans thing, and like apparently Mari and Austin not reacting well to Rachel in her opinion on that whole thing. Like, the most reactive people would immediately assume that Rachel is transphobic, and yet she's not. She doesn't see it the same way.
I couldn't hear what she was saying.
She was telling me that she is still trying to adjust to the fact that people like are wanting to change or shift their identity, and that they have that level of dysphoria. And I had explained to her that I asked her, I'm like, do you ever feel like when you look in the mirror and you're seeing yourself in the mirror that you're not seeing the right person or the right like body parts? And she's like, well, no. And I'm like, well, for them, for someone who is considered transgender, that's how it is for them.
Gender dysphoria.
Yeah, they have this massive dysphoria where they look at their body or they look at themselves in the mirror, and who they're seeing back at them does not reflect what they actually feel on the inside. And it's not self-hatred, it's not internalized stuff that you can get, that can be confused with that. It is literally them looking at themselves and saying, this isn't right. Something about this is wrong. And so once they learn more about what it's like to change your gender and all the other information about that,
either they do it or they don't.
Yeah, it registers with them in a way of like, okay, that makes sense. That sounds like something I need to do. And so therefore they start to shift more into the transgender territory. And then oddly enough, people that are human beings hear that and socially are like, that doesn't seem right. That must be wrong. And then therefore people on the internet will hear that and go, you must be transphobic. And it's like, no, you guys are just kind of in this transitional phase of trying to figure out who the fuck you are. And like most people don't know who the fuck they are.
See, and that's the biggest bitch I've been hearing is that we don't have an issue if you feel like that and you want to, change after you're 18. That's not the issue. It's literally giving kids drugs to make them sterile so they can't ever have a family.
See, and I have an issue with that.
See, and that's where I hear most of the people who actually think about it and have a brain.
Yeah.
Like Jordan Peterson.
Yeah, no, I like Jordan a lot.
Some of his people, and some of the people I listen to or watch.
It's because he breaks it down in such a logical way that is not emotionally reactive. And in fact, he cautions against emotionally reactive.
Right? See, that's like me. I'm just like him on the, if you want to, wait till you're 18, do this stuff, because you can still take the hormones to, make, if you're a girl who wants to be more male, your boobs will shrink and you'll be more muscular and, with taking the testosterone stuff,
Yeah.
and you'll literally look like a dude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, and with children, that's the thing about children.
That's where I have my bitch.
I got to have the opportunity, which was kind of weird, to talk to my own child about gender identity. They're now 9 years old, and we live in a house with somebody who would not receive that very well. And now, granted, you have your thoughts on that. Everybody else has their thoughts. My brain went bigger than that. My brain went to people at school, our extended family relatives, potential friends. You know, I was like, I had to caution to him and caution to Ari, and I'm like, changing your gender isn't like putting on a pair of pants.
Yeah,
it was cute when you put your hair up in a ponytail and called yourself Girl Ari, and we found it adorable. We're your parents' natural reaction. Somebody else will not react the same way, and it may even put you in danger.
Yeah, see, I understood what you were going from there. Me, if you're a boy and want to wear a skirt, okay, here's a kilt. Shut up.
Yeah. So it's like,
done. Because that's where my brain goes. Because men wore dresses and wore skirts. Scottish, it's the kilt.
Yeah.
Irish and English and all this stuff. Half the freaking actors way back in the day, in the early 1900s and in the 1800s and 17 and back a few hundred years.
Yeah.
Literally, it was all guys kissing guys on stage as actors.
Yeah,
because the guy played the girl position.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, are we really worried about transsexuals or are we worried about more gays? Okay, if you don't want to reproduce, don't. If all you want is sex, go have your fun. Be a hoe.
And speaking of that, I am a guy who's photographer for weddings, and I have seen either set of genders, boy or girl, you know, gay couples, if that's what you want to call them, because that's technically what they are.
Homosexual couples. But
whatever. Same gender marriage. Yeah, same gender
whatever.
marriage. They look adorable. And I enjoyed photographing their weddings, and I enjoyed treating their wedding exactly the same way as everybody else. I took pictures of the cake, took pictures of the flowers, even had the one that was the really cool, cute wedding in Idaho, where it was it was like a tractor backyard wedding that was Halloween style. It was really cool. The lady, she had her flowers and had her wedding bouquet, and then like the rings and shit. I had them position it like any other photo shoot. I did the exact same photo shoot.
Alphabet Mafia what?
Alphabet Mafia matrimony? I'm not
Nothing
sure.
wrong with that.
Is that
because that's what you were talking about, marriage.
Oh, okay, yeah. Same thing. But, like, basically, I treated it the same way as every other wedding, and I found it adorable. And even better when I was editing the photos, because I got to reflect on the awesome time I had and how awesome they were as people.
See, and I have no issue with that.
Yeah.
You want to be homosexual? Go for it. You don't want to be the opposite sex because, no offense to females, not trying to disregard your trauma or any of that stuff, but usually when most women go to homosexuality, it's because they've been raped or molested by a male in their family when they were children, which is horrible and evil.
Okay.
Now, what did she say?
Alphabet Mafia is a joking term that LGBT plus people use sometimes. Okay, I didn't understand.
You know what?
I didn't
heard
get the slang
from
at first.
more gay guys and lesbians that the T needs to be taken out because transgender has nothing to do with the LGBT.
They just keep adding. They just keep adding letters and decimals and other things to it.
LGB.
Yeah.
Fine with that. It shouldn't be T. It should be A. Because asexual means you don't want to, and there are only a select few people that can get that reaction out of you. To even be sexually active.
I remember when Nico first showed me that, the newer versions of that, and showed me it was like 2 years ago, they showed me the newest version of it, and I literally went, is that a science equation, or is that, like, a gender thing? And Nico was like,
see,
fucking Peter.
Transgender has nothing to do with your sexuality.
Yeah.
Either you like sex, or you don't.
Yeah.
If you do, who do you like it with? Same gender, or both genders?
Yeah.
And then that's what puts you in the LGB. If you don't, that puts you in the A. T, okay, so you want to pretend to be a girl, but yet you have a pecker.
I remember when people were gay or lesbian.
Do I care? Or you're a lesbian, but you want to pretend to be a guy, so you want to be a strap-on. That's still a lesbian, motherfucker.
I remember when it was a lot simpler. It was either you were gay or you were lesbian. Well, gay. You were homosexual, whichever way you swung, depending on what your gender was. Or you were bisexual, or you were straight. There was like 3 different ways of doing it. Now they've like turned it in such a weird way that it's like I have to.
There's 15 different words for everything, and it all means the same shit.
I feel like I'm having to look up cheat codes for a video game.
I mean, your hands in front of your face on the lower.
Like I feel like I'm having to like look up cheat codes for a video game and have a spreadsheet.
When Calypso Ghostiel got all pissed at me for saying that pansexuals literally just put a new word on being freaking bisexual because it doesn't matter what the person claims.
Yeah.
You like them for who they are and you're in love with them. You're not in love with their hearts.
Yeah. I saw a couple charts, memes on the internet recently, and it was like they looked like unknown Pokemon. Then there's me. No thanks, no gender please, only Peter sexual please. That's funny.
There's your compliment for the day, fucker.
Yeah, I remember looking at the meme and I was like, is this gender something or is this unknown the Pokemon? Because it looks like the unknown Pokemon.
I think that was the fucking point.
Yeah.
I don't know what I like. Have you done anything? No.
It literally looked like
Are
the
you
alphabet.
below 18 years old? Yes,
like,
I am below 18 years old. Then shut up. You'll figure it out when you get there.
Over half the time, I feel like I'm like watching them do caveman scrawl and turn them into memes, and then they're like, "This is gender."
All of the unknown
okay.
Pokemon is literally just the alphabet.
Yeah.
It's like slightly altered.
I know that. I know that part. I was trying to decide whether it was a joke or if it was real. I was trying to decide if it was a joke or real because it looks...
Maybe a little bit of both.
Yeah, because it looks like they purposely formatted it like that.
Okay,
I'm a fighter jet. Ooh, woo. You're a fighter jet? Well, then I'm a helicopter.
No, I was trying to see what the thing under it was. JK?
Yeah, joke.
Just kidding, just kidding.
Yep.
I'm not kidding. I am a helicopter. Come here. Let me spin my propeller for you. No, right here. I'm flying!
You're flying dick.
Well, I mean, a helicopter only has one propeller. That's why you use your feet. It's like the bullshit back propeller. Just make sure you're not going all crooked.
It makes me want to take
like
and write
swimming.
a scene that's like in this book series where like the character, like they take a weed strand that's from the joint and they smoke it, and then afterwards their dick somehow turns into a jet propeller. And they end up flying.
No, see, that would be funny because he thinks it's a jet propeller, but everybody else just sees him going, ah! And making himself fly.
He's jerking himself so hard, he's taking flight.
Oh, fuck, I only went 10 feet. God damn it.
His wings are just out, and in his head, like his mental image of himself is he's got wings, but in reality he's just beating the meat and flying.
No, that's where the
yeah.
The jet engine, it's in the front. Shit, I went the wrong way. Well, that's your asshole, and that's not a jet engine. Ooh, that looks nasty.
Yeah.
Somebody grab a mop! See, I can make jokes out of anything, mother.
Oh, so can I. That's the thing. It's just considered socially inappropriate.
Girl, parent, be 18 or get the fuck out my shit.
Right. I mean, this is definitely not a kid's stream.
No, that's why I went to the settings and made sure it was 18 only.
Yeah, that's good.
I won't cover my ass this time.
Yeah.
You're inappropriate. Dude, it's midnight here. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. That may have been what got you in trouble then, with a couple of the streams, because you didn't set it to 18+.
I thought I had it set.
Yeah.
But apparently I need to go check it every time because of their stupid updates. It turns it off.
Yeah.
But anywho.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I just recently I've really realized that I don't want to write young adult fiction anymore. Like, I kind of was having fun with it for a while, but I think that time in the hot tub when I was hanging out with those, because those teeny boppers were in there, it was three of them.
This is awkward.
Well, not only that, but how they reacted to me. Like, I was talking about how I used to be in a Discord server with, because I used to be, like, essentially the dad of the chat. or the uncle, or the crazy uncle, or whatever. Because they were all like, because now they've gone to college.
They made comments,
Yeah.
and you're like, well, da 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 da. Yeah, no, I just sat back there and watched them go,
Yeah, they were like, it's weird that you're hanging out with the teenagers, and I'm like, I mean, they
Is
just
it
happened to
really?
be there in the server, and I just happened to get to know them.
I ended up making a server about this subject, and because they liked it, they joined. Don't
Yeah.
blame me. Not my fault.
Right. Like, I was, like, basically telling them, like, what was happening.
No, I remember I sat there for some of them, like, I'm going to walk away. These kids are getting stupid. And those two look like they want to make out, and that one looks like it wants to grab one of their crotches while they're doing it. I'm out.
No, I really did. Like, the one dude looked like the third
I
wheel.
got out like 5 minutes before you did, and then you noticed it, like, I'm taking a shower, I'm getting the hell out of here, and then you told me that. I'm like, yeah, that's why I left.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I needed chocolate. Okay. We even kept it minor safe, at least 16 plus. I mean, yeah.
I mean, if she's 16, depending on what country she's in, perfectly legal.
Yeah, like the way
and
that
depending on what state you're in, too.
they acted like
People gotta remember that shit.
because of the fact that I happen to know teenagers, because they happen to be in the same server as me when I joined. And
Because of music or whatever.
Yeah, because of music or whatever, and because we happened to be associated, and then we got, we found out more about each other, and then we became friends or whatever. And now they've all gone to college and done badass shit. They were like, oh, you must be weird, and you must be whatever you're not. And I'm like, if I'm going to get this reaction from complete strangers here, how is it going to go down at a library or somewhere else? And instantly I was like, I think I may need to write more adult content.
If at that point, I think she made another comment.
Do not talk about that Karnage. The AI will pick up on that and ban for it. Even if a joke. Wait, what? I don't get it. What was said?
I was saying in some states how 1/6 is legal.
Oh.
You know what? If the AI wants to ban me, then the AI can come over and give me a happy ending.
Maybe the AI should check up on the rules since they're trying to copy art.
No, see, here's the funny part. The topic of whether 16 is legal or not
Yeah.
is determined by the state, county, and or town you live in by the laws. The laws determine what is legal and illegal. If they don't like it, they can kiss my ass.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair.
I mean, that's like a few years ago. I was hearing from somebody that at 17, technically by law now, you're legally an adult, so they can throw you in jail.
Yeah, they want to punish
But
you for it
also,
and stuff.
when I was a kid, like 12, 13 years old, because I made a comment because somebody pushed me to the point, all right, you want to hear what I'd actually do to you if there was no rules in the way? And was straight honest about how I'd
Right.
them.
Yeah.
You know you'd be thrown in jail for that. Okay, well then let's talk about the other person saying this, and I just laid out the whole list and all the crap them and their friends had been saying to me, and they're like, yeah. So I verbally defended myself. You got an issue with it? Kiss my ass. I got up and walked the hell out of the principal's office.
Yeah, I mean,
was so pissed. I just got up and you can't leave, and I just kept going. I didn't go back to class.
I remember when Ghostella over
effed
here,
off.
when she was younger, used the whole 16 as the age of consent, but that's a whole other thing.
A joke. Okay, no, you already read that. I was just
Yeah, I
making
did.
Sure.
Yeah, no, it's the thing is, it's weird because people have double standards for everything.
Well, it's also the assumption that, well, you're talking about it on the internet, you must be in America. What if I'm in Canada and the legal age is 15? Go fuck yourself.
I mean,
I'm sorry. And who told you that the legal age was 18? Was it God? Have you talked to God in the last week? No, you haven't. So, shut up.
No,
Leave
apparently
me
you have
alone.
to be a bishop to talk to God.
No, I'm sorry. It's way higher up than that. Or you have to be open enough to be able to hear the messages of God.
I mean,
If
I hear
you're not
messages all the time,
open-
but I'm not a bishop.
But see, that's one of those like rumors or bullshits
Yeah.
that comes from people who left the church and run their mouths and say shit that they don't have a clue about.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, would y'all just like shut up? Y'all don't have a damn clue. That's like a lot of these people I keep seeing on the internet talking about, well, I used to be a Mormon. So you weren't actually a member of the church because you're talking about the Mormon church, which isn't actually the church. I go into this long, on one of their videos, I actually I got like 10 paragraphs long, like about the LDS part of the church and the Mormon part, how it's not actually part of the church, and because you call it that, that literally means you were never a member of the church because you were never taught the truth of the church and what its real standards are and what its real stuff is.
Yeah.
That's like them coming out with the, well, blacks are the people who were neutral in the war between heaven and hell.
Yeah.
It's like, no. Well, that was a doctrine. That was something put out after the guy who started the church was dead. Which means it's not actually doctrine. That's just like, okay, this is what we're going to say because
we want to be racist.
We're from the South and fuck those fuckers. Or we own slaves, so fuck them.
Right. Yeah. No.
Before the Civil War or after it, sort of thing. It's a weird dynamic. That's when certain people had certain views because that's what they were raised on. So that's what they thought. It wasn't actual fact or like anything that God had actually said.
Yeah.
It's just people running their mouths so somebody shoved it in a book. So that must be the rule forever.
Yeah, that was something that heavily bugged me about the church when I first started really learning about it. Utah has the Romeo and Juliet law, which we fall under it. Wait, what? You talking about like with the whole? I was 19 at the time, and you were turning 17. Is that what you're talking about?
No. Like a 21-year-old dating a 16-year-old.
Oh, but I wasn't 21.
No. But that has to do with. She said yeah, so maybe yeah to you or maybe yeah to me. I'm not sure. But I know with the Romeo and Juliet law, depending on how far the age difference is
Yeah.
where it works. Because I think Romeo was like 20 and Juliet was like 16, 17.
I thought that they were both like 16 and 13 or some shit like that.
Oh, hell no. He was way older than her.
Huh. I thought they were like close in age range.
Oh, no. They were way further because back then it was common for a 30-year-old man to marry, and no offense, plow through a 14-year-old because he had already made it to richness, and the family was okay with it because she would have a good life because he already had a stable family and foundation to his life.
But no offense, why would you be an over 20-year-old trying to plow a 14-year-old?
Because you fell in love with them, or ooh, she's young, she can give me more children. That was the thought back in the day in the early 1900s or later.
It's called that because it was a 2-year difference. Romeo was 15, Juliet was 13.
I thought it was a little bit older on his end.
I just thought it was sad that, two teenagers wanted to kill themselves because they couldn't be together. That was sad. That was just sad. Like
it's all by dynamics. That's like
I was a teenager when I watched that.
I'm 41.
Yeah.
90% of the chicks that have like sent me messages or anything,
yeah,
are in their mid to late 20s.
Yeah.
So apparently, I'm the perfect age for women to chase.
Now, I remember how you were talking about how you kept making the jokes about chicks.
One of them was 23, one of them was 25, one of them was 29, one of them was 31.
Yeah, they were all like in their 20s essentially.
Yeah, most of them.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, the last girlfriend was 31, 32.
Yeah. Yep.
Apparently, I'm just fabulous for the younger people because, one, I got a beard, and two, fuck you, I don't give a shit about your opinion. I am who I am.
It's funny is if I shaved off my beard, I'd probably look 26. I mean, that was me in middle school, high school. So Karnage is pulling your dad.
I'm not pulling anybody's dad. They can pull their own.
I mean, that was me in middle school, high school. What do you mean that was me in middle school, high school?
More details. We need more info.
I'm the commenter reader, so it's out of context.
How am I pulling a dad thing?
Yeah,
Who's dad?
I think
we need more specifics.
I think what she's meaning is when my dad is like in his 50s and Lacey's in her 40s, and they were 10 years difference.
I mean, I've literally had women after I turned 21.
Oh, unaliving because parents say no. Oh, you mean like
the Romeo and Juliet shit.
Romeo and Juliet, you fall in love with someone, they say no, and then you threaten to kill yourself? Is that what that is? Or, sorry, unalive. Since, people get
triggered.
You're saying that word.
It's funny that the AI gets triggered when it's like, You're not even real. Shut up.
Right?
You leftist robot.
Yeah. It's like, come on now. Like, fuck.
This is an adult show talking about adult shit.
Yeah, we're TVMA. Like,
I mean, very much so.
yeah, like...
Because we've talked about,
bordering on the line of
the
NC-17.
first time they told me to go F myself and try to block me, it was literally us talking about trauma with an old friend of mine who was touched as a
young person.
Mid-teenage.
Yeah, young person.
She's a bigger girl.
Mm-hmm.
I started getting tatas early. And she sat there with him for an hour and a half because her little brother she loves was on the plane and the plane hadn't left yet. I'm like, dude, we came to say bye to him, not sit here and watch him take off in a fake bird.
Yeah.
Can we, like, leave?
Yeah.
But, you know, that's also me.
I was like that during that time period. CSA. It's safe to call it CSA. What the hell is CSA? Oh, you
Send
mean...
him a text on his phone.
Oh, you mean that thing with people that are underage.
Yes.
Got it.
It's safe to call.
Yeah. You know, all these stupid rules. God. It's like, come on now.
If I could go live on X, we'd just go live on X, homie. I don't know how to do that. I don't know even know how many followers I need to have. I mean, I've either gained a whole bunch of half-naked, pretending to be women and transsexual men who want to screw me, bots, or actual women and transsexual boys who want to come.
I swear, the people who design TikTok and the robots that they hire to do the TikTok stuff, they clearly did not live the experiences people talk about.
Well, I mean,
and the people that talk about it get policed.
Here's the big thing. It's China. We can't have this crap on our platform. Bitch, complain. God damn you, Americans. We'll find a way to fuck you.
It's like a teacher trying to tell a parent how to parent their own child without actually being a parent themselves.
Oh, I hate those teachers.
And then getting triggered. And then getting triggered because something dark happened, and the parent's just like, yeah, that's a Tuesday.
Just opened.
Hell, just open a space on there on Peter's phone.
I mean,
hell, you know, if Elon is smart, he would actually renovate Twitter completely and make it to where it's easier to do spaces, lives, and other things to also help people make money. I stopped paying for my Twitter check mark, Mr. Elon Musk, because you didn't renovate Twitter enough and you left it stay broken. Idiot.
I don't think he left it broken. I just think he left it.
TikTok, Ian, was bought by an American company. Then
that
fix
doesn't
it.
mean shit.
Then fix it.
That doesn't mean shit.
And if we're into it,
no, you know what needs to happen?
huh?
I just need to fuck one of Elon's daughters, marry her, and then become rich and just take over all the companies for the fucker. Let him retire. Let him have his old age.
What's funny is he wouldn't though, because he loves being rich, and he
and
also
the funny
owns
part
Tesla.
is, me and him get into so many conversations, we'd end up live broadcasting that on X, just so that way he'd have something to throw out to the masses. Cause let's see, Jordan Peterson and Elon, theirs was only available on X.
By the way,
did you watch that one yet?
Yeah, no, she's right. The daughter he had is transgender, so the daughter is now a son.
No. It was his son who wanted to transition to be a girl.
Was it flipped like that?
Yes, it was.
Oh. I just remember Jonas was
because he
talking
talked about it on the interview with Jordan Peterson. That's why I said, I'll marry and his daughter and take over his company. I said what I said. I know exactly what I said.
What's funnier is recently their kid was on Twitter making tweets about how crappy Elon is as a father and how much hurt that he's caused and how they're already disillusioned by Elon. So if you did get with the kid and like, you know, their adult kid and end up like
21.
Yeah, it was like in their 20s. And then took over the company.
He talked about it on that's why I said you need to really watch the Jordan Peterson and Elon
I do need to see it.
Go to Jordan Peterson's X
Always skip past the damn shorts that people play all the time because it's taken out of context. watch the whole damn broadcast and get your own
2
fucking
hours
opinion.
long. I mean, it
Get
doesn't
your own
start till
opinion.
like 18, 19 minutes in, but it tries to skip you.
Too many times I have seen people get their opinion from somebody else and they didn't even watch it themselves. And then once they watched themselves, instantly their mind shifted and we're like, oh wait, I don't think that way. Yeah, his kid named after a math equation was AMAB. AMAB?
Yeah, he said my son, and then he talks about how his son was transitioning because he got brainwashed by the woke virus.
Huh. Woke
so
virus.
if he's saying my
That's
son who got literally a trans girl.
Right. That's what they're calling it, is a woke virus.
Because daddy has money, they took their cut and went and got fake tits.
What's even funnier is all it is just social engineering. Like,
I mean, isn't everything though?
Yeah, like the parts that I'm talking about is social engineering. Like, it literally is, you as a person, every person, even me, is affected by it.
Yep.
Where you will enter into a circle with people that you think, that you care about and
or you're supposed to
care about. And instantly, especially the introvert, gets affected by the inner chameleon. And you instantly start shifting to camouflage yourself with everybody else. And then you instantly feel that tingling in your brain that is the social engineering. And it is affecting you. And that's why I like to break away from it and watch it myself and then end up being like, oh wait, this guy is kind of cool. Why are they calling him a dick? And you start realizing you have your own opinion and can think for yourself.
Well, that's where I always laugh when everybody calls me an asshole. I'm like, yeah, and your point?
Elon is an open anti-allyship. I mean, he is a guy who has opinions you don't agree with.
Look at the interview, like I said, Jordan Peterson and Elon Musk. He was super left until the left, the woke virus that is currently in the extreme left.
Yeah.
Literally broke his kid and told his kid to freaking change his gender and basically cut off his wanker. And basically pretend to be a girl.
See,
he was pissed because
I'm saying the things I'm saying without necessarily agreeing with Elon. I think Elon needs to do better, honestly.
Well, no, I don't disagree with you.
As a father.
Well, that's perception.
Right, that's my perception.
Because it's
that's
like
my
the perception of my ex-wife. I'm a shit dad. That's why she won't let me see my kids. I can go fuck myself.
Right, and people
even if I do everything,
people are welcome to disagree with me if they want.
Even if I did everything, she would try to find a way to completely screw me, not let the kids see me.
Yeah.
You've seen it repeatedly. She's constantly trying to do that.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I'll do what I need to do.
You get much richer as a person if you surround yourself by people who are able to respectfully have good discourse with you, and then you learn things and are made uncomfortable. Because you're only when you are only comfortable because you're surrounded by people who just agree with you nonstop and essentially are just an echo chamber, you don't grow.
No, and it's a whole
force yourself to grow. Make yourself
that's
uncomfortable.
That's kind of like the situation earlier tonight.
Not to the point where like you're being so triggered that you're having some episode or something, but enough to where you're able to be like, oh wait, I just learned something as a person.
See, there's my thing. It's like, well, why were you triggered?
Right.
One, just stop arguing with me. What triggered you about what I said? What don't you like? What words did I use, and how did you take them?
Right.
Well, you said this, and that means this. Wrong. I said this, and from my point of view, I'm trying to tell you this.
Yeah.
In this emotion.
Which
That's
is kind of like
what we came over with your brother.
Yeah,
well, it sounds like you're lecturing me. No, he's giving you advice, but because your wound is anybody who tells you how or tries to give you advice on how to help is a lecture, because that always happens from somebody who's older than you, you instantly go into, you're literally poking me in my wound.
Nah, I'll just be Aaron Burr. Who's Aaron Burr?
I don't know off the top of my head. Look it up. You have a phone.
I do have a phone. I figured that like I'd ask that question to her so that she could tell me if she knows.
Can reply.
Yeah, basically. But yeah, no, we went to go to my brother's house today. He's renting a house now. He went from apartment to a house. He essentially is doing what I wanted to do years ago, and but
it didn't land right.
Yeah, it didn't land right at all. Go from apartment to house, and basically where I was trying to give him some friendly but brotherly advice, abrasive, slightly offensive brotherly advice, but
it was advice.
It was advice, and he was trying to claim that I was lecturing him. So what's funny is in the middle of my whole thing that I was giving him, and I told him like I could speak to this, like I can talk to you about the stuff I'm talking about
because I've lived it.
Because I lived it and I've walked the walk, and then subconsciously I looked over at Karnage over here. And I guess I mentally tapped him or something because he just started talking, and then I just kind of stopped talking and just let him have his piece because I had mine. And then instantly Andrew just kind of went, and then calmed the fuck down, stepped back, and was like, "Oh shit, I just learned something." It was great. It was awesome. I enjoyed it because of the fact that
after that, it was like mellow as shit. Everybody was just sitting there, just shooting the shit.
We ended up we ended up outside on the deck that he has, and we all just were talking and stuff. And then Rachel got to learn that I think of her as a sister, because for some reason she just always thought that I just thought of her as a friend, and I'm like, no, that ship sailed a long time ago.
Sweetheart, you're family. You just ain't knocked up yet.
I told him like, you got both. I'm a friend and I'm a brother-in-law.
Raw.
Rain. Too long-winded for TikTok comments. Okay, then.
Like I said, you're going to have to look it up.
Someone that I would like or someone that I would not like?
I don't know. I might choke him out first and shove my dick down his throat. But anywho, next comment. Why don't I make my offhanded ha-has? Leave me alone.
You got it.
If I don't, I would be bored.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's funny. It's because it's like Rachel's an awesome person. Like she really is.
Badass.
Like has been able to live with my brother in like different areas and situations. They've been through some serious shit together.
What? Founding father.
American founding father. One of the American founding fathers. Oh, okay. So he's from the original era.
Old school.
Yeah, he's the original era of America.
Old school.
Like we're talking like one of the presidents or one of the politicians.
No, not even a politician. I think just somebody who fought and put their name on the Declaration because
F
you, we're our own country.
Yeah, so why the fuck would I not know who he is? I think I actually heard that because like when I read that name off, I was like, I heard that from somewhere. Now suddenly my brain is going, wait a minute, I probably heard it from Vivek Ramaswamy
or somebody else.
Yeah, because it was because Vivek is really well versed on American history.
Oh yeah,
like ridiculously. Like I felt like I felt like he was a history teacher for like 5 minutes.
What we're gonna talk about next week is Jordan Peterson being back on Joe Rogan. Because it was on. Ring. I just had a brain fart. I lost where I was thinking. What did I just say?
Something about Jordan Peterson and Joe Rogan podcast.
The Joe Rogan Instagram.
Yeah.
Threw out a little thing that basically said that that episode's already out for Joe Rogan Experience or is coming out.
Okay. I want to see that because I like watching Jordan Peterson talk to people, and I like seeing Joe Rogan talk to people, and that would be a hell of a show.
Those two talk together, the few times they've done it, and I've watched it, it's like, now we get into real facts. Fuck the bullshit.
Yeah, because that's how Joe Rogan is. He's no bullshit. He kept his beliefs close to his chest. He ran against Thomas Jefferson the first time. Oh, okay. All right, that makes sense.
And what's the one under that? No, it's just telling us.
It's just saying that add Gostell, which will never happen because she can't add herself as a VTuber. She wants to be a cartoon character.
I mean, I don't think the cartoon character I would make to be a VTuber would be very popular because it scares the shit out of the kids. Well, I'm teaching them numbers and letters and shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no,
I'm so brash. Everybody would be like, the hell?
See, it was funny is while people have suddenly decided that it's cool to hate on Joe Rogan, I've been watching that guy since like 2011.
I mean, I've been listening
since the beginnings
to his
of
comedy
his podcast
since
days
forever, and anytime he's on anything where he's telling jokes, I'm like, yeah, I like this guy. He's hilarious.
Hell, I loved watching him talk to Bernie Sanders. Back in like 2011, 2012, and then when he did it again in like 2016, I think it was, because I was riding the bus. No, it was 2019. It was somewhere in that era. It was during that presidential cycle. I got to watch Joe Rogan debate with Bernie Sanders about democratic socialism because Joe Rogan
You
is
mean communism?
Yeah, because Joe Rogan's a massive conservative and Bernie is a massive liberal. and I was able to watch
But
them
see-
talk to each other in a civil manner and debate.
Joe Rogan
It was
is also
fun.
very leftist, democratic, with his beliefs on do whatever you want, just don't impede on me having a family and living my life.
Yeah, he's
He's right in the middle, just like
what's
me and you.
funnier is in that conversation, Bernie, he was like talking about how conservative he is or how he thinks he's a conservative, and Bernie's like, I hate to break it to you, bro, but you actually might be more of a leftist than you think you are.
Well,
And he
Joe
was
Rogan
like,
always talked about, I mean, he's always talked about, like, with the weed and a few other things that he's always liked, or certain things that, you know, because at first he was like, ew, weed, you know, da-da-da-da-da, and then he, like, somebody's like, pull your head out of your ass, dude, just try it.
Yeah.
You're not going to become one of these crack, well, it's actually a crackhead, not a pothead,
Yeah.
that you would always see
Yeah.
back in the day.
Yeah, no,
Because I grew up around the time he grew up. He's only like 10 years older than me, dude.
yeah, I remember watching Joe talk to Bernie
Maybe
about
15.
it, and when Bernie pointed out to him that he actually sounds way more leftist than he thinks he does, and then Joe went, "What?" And then Bernie went, "No, it's not a bad thing. It's actually a really good thing. It means you have flexibility, and it means we can have this civil discourse and not have to insult each other or any other typical stuff you'd associate with either side."
Right?
And I was like going, "I love this. Give me more." It was like an hour in, and it was like a 3-hour podcast, and I'm like, and when it ended, I was like, damn it, is there gonna be a sequel?
Nice.
And especially when later on when Joe Rogan did the podcast with Russell Brand for like 3 or 4 hours, I was like, I love this shit because you're watching.
I watched that
you're
one.
watching
That one was fun as
two
hell.
perceived polar extremes being able to talk to each other as people and learn some shit.
Well, I always think it's funny when people think that the person they're talking with or the other person on the other side of the podcast, they're extremes on both sides. How about we're both in the center? Just your center's slightly more left than mine because of the way we grew up or our life that's been led. Either
Yeah.
I'm a little bit more right than you, you're a little bit more left than me.
Right.
Can we still get along and have a perfectly fine discussion? Yeah, I mean, we've been doing this for what, like 3 years now?
Yeah, no, compared to him, I'm very leftist. And
compared to you,
compared
I'm
to
very
me,
right.
he is extremely right-wing. And yet, we're both dead in the center. And according to Jonas, my Sweden brother and friend, he is very, like, he thinks the Democrats here in America are actually very right-wing.
I mean,
Oh, dude, I love Fear Factor. You love Fear Factor. Hey, Jonah, what's up, buddy? The other Jonah. I was talking about Jonas from Sweden, but now Jonah popped up.
Well, but see, the funny part is the Democrats who are considered the left
Yeah.
actually used to be the Republicans.
Yeah.
They literally flip-flopped in like the 40s?
Yeah.
Between the 1920s and the 1940s.
I remember,
Everything flip-flopped.
I remember
Because
watching the documentary on that.
somebody's always, the bitch always by most people who are Democrat or leftist is the Republicans are the ones who own the slave. Actually, if you look at it, it was all the Democrats who owned slaves. And no offense, more black people own black people than white people own black people. So y'all just need to just shut up.
Yeah, I mean, slavery was terrible, and that is definitely a factoid that there were black slave owners. Quite a bit of them.
I mean, if you look at the numbers, there are actually more black slave owners than white slave owners. And most of the white and black slave owners, when they try to abolish slavery, they're like, you know, they're literally going to be doing the same job. Now we just have to pay them instead of just giving them food and house and board, right?
Yeah.
Now we have to charge them so they're not going to have any money to actually do anything with. You're a dumbass!
Yeah, there was that. It was pretty interesting because Arno, my uncle Arno, actually brought that up quite a few times. That there was actually more black slave owners than there were
more
white.
blacks in the Confederate
It threw me
Army
off. I was like,
than
huh?
there were in the Union Army.
Yeah.
Than the North. There were more blacks involved in the Confederacy than there were in the.
And people would honestly have
Union.
you try to have you believe
They
differently.
tried to rewrite history and say that's not what happened, but I'm sorry, there were more blacks in the freaking Confederacy than there were in the freaking Yanks.
Right.
So no offense, kiss my ass and go eat dirt.
And no offense, but slavery equals bad. That was in reference to a Joe Rogan comment earlier. Oh!
I understood.
Okay.
I understood.
Okay, bro. Yeah, no, I love the Joe Rogan show. I do. Like, I know it's not popular to love it and shit, and you'll find more people trying to hate on me for even saying that. But I fucking love Joe Rogan. He's awesome.
I like how centered he is.
Mm-hmm.
And how he can talk to people without letting his political bullshit, like when you say some political stuff and I give you the complaint of why I don't think so or whatnot, or well, what I've heard and here's the standing points.
Yeah.
It's like, she might be better, but she's still a piece of shit, so let's like not pick her. I'm sorry. Unless she
I'm torn
like,
between the two.
pulls RFK in and makes him her vice, maybe. And then it's like, somebody take her out now, so we can have a decent president.
I'm torn
No,
between
because
the
that's
two.
the bitch they just made, and nobody's slid or kicked any of the idiots that are saying, God damn it, they missed on Trump. So fuck you, fuckers.
Yeah.
We're not supposed to be talking about assassinating people. That's horrible.
Like, Rachel loves Trump. I don't, but Rachel does love him. I am torn between...
You mean your sister-in-law, Rachel?
Yeah.
I mean, he's a funny guy.
Yeah, she loves
She's
Trump. Like, she's
literally
a
a
major...
comedian.
She's Republican and shit. But, like, I was sitting there talking to her about it, and I was like, well, you've got a guy who's, you know, versed in economics, terrible human rights, and then you got Kamala, who's debatable in economics, but great on human rights. At least that's the public perception of her. So you've got the two different ones who are two different polar extremes that I am, at the time of this recording, know about. And so it's like, you kind of wish she had a bit of both. Human rights and economics.
See, there's the issue with what
some
she
of the stuff they
says
have.
versus what she's done.
That's fair.
She's saying things that are look good, but yet she's still a piece of shit and like hasn't done crap. He said something.
I may not agree with a lot of his views, but the show has always been good and interesting to watch and great guests. Dude, me too.
Yes.
Like, there are times
Actually,
where...
look up real quick. See if Jordan Peterson
there are
is on
times
Joe Rogan's
where
yet.
I will be watching Joe Rogan, and sometimes he'll say stuff that I'm like, well, that's bad shit, or I don't agree with that. But you don't have to agree with the person the whole time to watch and enjoy them. And
Right.
he always brings on awesome guests. And he himself has said, he's like, dude, straight up, if I'm interested in something,
yes.
if I'm, you know, interested in something that they have to say, or if, you know, I feel like talking to them, I'll bring them on. You know, someone actually asked him, they're like, is it about ratings? And he's like, fuck the ratings. He's like, I'll just have fun. He's like, you know,
I mean, isn't that kind of what I told you at the beginning when you got hicked up? It's like, but I'm like, but nothing. Let's
I
just
got
run this
so
like a
wrapped
piece of
up
shit.
in like all the bullshit with statistics and shit, and he's just like, dude, have fun. And I was like going, all right, cool, let's do that. And ever since then, we've just been shooting the shit and having fun.
All right, now read Calypso's.
Oh, Jonah's on YouTube. Yes, Jonah popped up on YouTube, so I'm, you know, talking to him and stuff
The
too.
other one is what I was making.
Yeah, it's literally a choice between Skyla and Charybdis, to be honest. Oh, you meaning like Creek comparisons between one monster versus the other? Trump, you mean smart in the sense he's gone bankrupt more than once, LOL? I mean, if you're smart enough to get a business going...
He didn't go bankrupt. The companies and the idiots he put in charge of his companies went bankrupt. So he had to file.
No, but what's funny is Jonah does have a point.
Because, I mean, how many... Well, no. I understand that, and I've heard that argument before, but the thing is, it's... Okay, if he's filed for bankruptcy 30 times, or we'll just say 10, because I don't know how big or small it is. That means, as a business owner and a moneymaker, he knows how not to fall back into those things and not let the people who do those certain things, because he's worked with people who do that thing and do certain things that run his companies into the shithole.
Right. You gotta get a good team.
He knows how not to make that happen again. Because when he was president last time, it didn't all go to crap.
It kind of was half shit.
No, it wasn't half shit. Gas was a decent price, and it cost out the ass to live.
There were some things, that's why I say over and over again, especially to people who hate the guy, there were good things that happened when he was president.
But I mean, that's like there were good things with Clinton, other than him screwing his intern who had big tits.
Either way, it was a shit show, but it was like, you gotta...
It's better than the one before.
Yeah, you gotta like, figure out exactly what you're looking for with that and then assess from there.
Because that's like the whole, well, Obama was better. Was he?
I mean, I like Obama now, years later. I think it's funny.
No, funny's fine. But when he was running as president, he didn't do any of the shit he said he was going to do, like most presidents. Trump actually tried to do what he said he was going to do.
Well,
He's the only one who had the balls to tell everybody else that told him, no, you're not allowed to do that. Fuck you, I'm going to do it anyway.
One thing we have to keep in mind is that when you're president, you're also heavily blocked by Congress if they don't like your legislation.
Not just Congress, the other idiots that are funding everything.
Yeah, you have 2/3. You have to get 2/3 of the vote on a lot of the laws, and then they package them together with other shit. And then you end up hating them because over half the laws that they just passed that they agreed to, while fulfilling the campaign promise, ends up being shit, and you're like, fuck that guy.
Yeah, which
and
is what Obama and most presidents before did. That's why with Trump, he was doing all those executive orders more than any president before, because he's like, all right, here, I'm taking out all the extra bullshit. Fuck you, just do what the hell I said we're gonna do.
See, I can promote someone that I dislike and play the devil's advocate while at the same time railing them.
I mean, isn't that called being married?
Yes. But yeah, she says, not all pick Skyla and sacrifice a few people instead of risking losing them all to Charybdis.
I'm sorry, I'm not sacrificing anybody. If they want to walk into the volcano, that was their choice, not mine. Their family's just getting the benefit.
It looks like there's fire and smoke. We should probably not walk toward it. Oh wait, why are we walking toward it? Oh, now we're covered in flames. Oh God, we're dying.
I thought they said there was something pretty. Not until we're dead. I'm still alive. Well, this sucks.
Yeah.
It ain't kill us.
Pretty much.
And I'm constantly on fire. This blows.
Yeah. Don't look into the light. I'm being blinded.
No, it's not. Don't look into it. Don't walk into the light.
It's pronounced Sila or Sila. I mean, whatever.
Who gives a shit?
Laugh my ass off. Neither of those monsters are even related to fire. I mean,
what does that have to do with us making a joke about making people walk into a volcano by their choice?
Our country, depending on the day and depending on the weather and time of month, is always on fire.
Oh, you want to know something funny I've heard here recently? It actually came out. Oh, read Jonas.
Truthfully, I think both sides are super corrupt and it's all garbage and we desperately need a system. I fucking agree with that completely. It needs a full renovation, just a complete overhaul.
Yep. No, here's something funny I've heard. Or something funny that came up on some of the videos I watch on YouTube.
By the way, that's literally for the TikTok people crowd, that was something that Jonah said. Just to clarify. Go ahead.
They're not going to care. They're a bunch of Nazis anyways. But anywho, one of the videos was talking about how nobody's really seen Biden after he got COVID. And instead of him going to the hospital like they were trying to set up for him to do, they got him to Air Force One and flew at extremely high speeds, which made the plane do this.
I mean, if he's
to DC
and he's catching COVID,
but yet nobody's seen him. The rumor currently going around is he's dead.
Oh,
and
I thought he saw it was seen recently. They had pictures of him walking the White House.
Kamala Harris had him on phone calls for two things that they broadcasted, published, put out the video of, and she almost slipped in one of the videos, and also the way her body language was literally says that that's not him. It's either an AI or somebody with a voice recorder trying to pretend to be Biden. A voiceover.
So you're saying that AI was playing our president?
AI is pretending to be him so that way she can still run the country like she's been doing for the last 2 years.
Yeah, I actually found out recently after I looked it up because I, got curious about it. Apparently Kamala Harris has been acting president this entire time without the title. Like, that's just how it is. Like, you look it up on Wikipedia and Google and you look it up and stuff, you'll be like, oh shit, so we've had a woman president this entire time. I mean, there's that big old fire over in Chico, California that's over 100,000 acres big, so, I mean, yeah, California, fires are everywhere, especially during the summer. But, like, yeah, no, you like how I just went, duh? My inner Californian showed up.
Throw something under the head before it disappears.
Conspiracy. To hell with conspiracy theories. Yeah, no.
I mean, it is what it is.
I feel
Death
like
joined Hi, Death. Why are you here?
What's up?
Hell. I mean, that's where I live 90% of the day.
Yeah, no, I was curious about it because I'm like, well, because I see on my media anyway, I see all sorts of memes about making fun of either side or whatever, this thing, that thing, and I'm like, well,
Biden's tripping
and
over
then
himself and
yeah,
talking a straight line.
and then after Trump got shot, and got grazed in the ear and shit, and then the way that they just completely flipped everything once they decided that Biden had to step aside and not run for the election, and then Kamala
And
nearly overnight just became, everything's just bombarded with this whole Kamala Harris, and I'm like going, how much of this has been run by Biden in the first place, and has Kamala actually been our president this entire time? And now she's running for president. How much of this has been her just acting president? And I looked it up, and it was like, no, that's literally what it's been. Is Kamala's been president this entire time without the name.
So if she gets voted in for 2 more terms, she's the only president that's done 3 terms in office. Like who was it, Reagan? Or somebody further back.
I think it was Reagan or Nixon.
Yeah, because they're like, no, they can't run anymore. We need to put a rule for that.
Yeah, there was a president. I might even be wrong on those two. There was a president back then.
There was a president that ran 3 terms, and they said, shit, fuck.
Well, what happened was they were vice president, and then after that person got shot, I think it was Kennedy, got shot. Then after that vice president got put into power, they ran twice and got president twice again. So they technically
it wasn't that one. It was before him.
They were technically 3 terms because they ended up being pushed into the position because they were vice president.
Well, they didn't give a goddamn choice. Yeah.
Yeah, and so then they ran.
Well, that's
twice.
why if he's dead and she's not saying anything, she's literally being a bitch on purpose.
Coconut Mala Harris.
I mean.
Yeah, Roosevelt. Okay, so it was Theodore Roosevelt. Thank you for that.
And I looked it up. Well, thank you, Juju.
Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, no, I was thinking about that recently this last week because I was noticing how my algorithm switched so much. And I was like, we went from getting bombarded by Biden hate and like...
Or Trump hate.
Depending on which side you looked at. To all of a sudden, it's all just Kamala the whole time. And I'm like, how much has this been Kamala the whole time anyway?
But see, mine's been like Kamala and Trump, how like she's literally lame bitch because she's been running the country while he's been half senile, and Trump's getting all the yay! Somebody tried to kill him. Let's put him in as king because he won. It's like, but we're not putting him in as king. Would everybody quit like saying he's gonna try to become the new dictator? We're like, that's against the Constitution. Hello, has anybody paid attention?
Right, exactly.
Plus, some of the stuff that he said he wants to fix in the Constitution when he was in office last is stuff that is outdated because trying to translate it into nowadays gets so hard that everybody gets butthurt. But it also, kind of like the thing I showed you about the Second Amendment, we're supposed to have guns so that way nobody can tell us what to do, including the government, because the government's supposed to be there to keep the country as one, not tell us what the fuck we can and can't do. And I also heard something else. They keep changing and adding more laws until, hey, look, we're a communist country. You can't do anything. Everything's illegal. Shut up and do what the fuck you're told.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird thing. Like,
that's where we're going.
Yeah, like, I feel like we're fucked either way. As Jonah was saying, where he says both sides are extremely corrupt, I feel like we're fucked either way. We're just choosing how we're getting fucked.
No, I didn't choose this. I'd have got a blowjob first.
I said we, as in a collective unit called the country.
No, fuck that bullshit. Those idiots can... No. That's a whole different argument, right?
It's like, literally within the last few days, Kamala magically gained, like, so many delegates. I love the coconut mala meme. Ugh, pew pews. What the hell?
Oh, this is great.
Yeah, no, I find it weird and funny just how much my algorithm switched. Like, I've been paying attention to that. Like, there's an undercurrent thought process there.
Oh, yeah, no, I know exactly what's been thrown at me. I'm like, what if I decide to do something completely astronomical? Okay, everybody, we're going to ruin the country called the United States of America. Everybody put in Timothy Potter for president and Thomas Paxton for vice president. If I get a call in the mail after the vote, we'll talk about it.
And I'll just put in crayon Peter.
No. We'll fix that after we're in office, okay?
Okay.
Because technically that's still legal, so
Yeah.
fuck those fuckers.
Yeah. And then like on every ballot, you'll see like in crayon, like the computer printed out in crayon, the word Peter over the top.
I mean, they've literally proven all the system sucks. We can hack them all, so you know. Oops, wait, did I admit to something? No.
Why is my ballot in crayon?
No. It's just a graphic. It just looks like it's crayon.
Right.
What did
It's like
say?
Deadpool got a hold of the ballots. My algorithm right now is cute cats, road rage, Epic the musical, and artists. That sounds like a great algorithm to me.
That sounds like your usual.
On TikTok,
algorithm?
that's my algorithm, is animals doing dumb shit for fun.
No, my algorithm's like, we have these filters that'll tell you your future or what you should go back to doing. One of them told me my ex.
Every time I go on TikTok,
I mean,
I like
if I
skim
went back
past
to
all the
her,
political
the only thing
shit.
I would do would be doing her, and then I would bounce.
And then I keep finding all the videos with the cats doing dumb things and the dogs doing dumb things and like humans loving to film their animals. And then I end up laughing at it, downloading the video, forgetting where I put it, and then pressing like on it. And then the algorithm is told that I like animal videos. And so half the time, that's all I see.
Nah.
Because it's funny.
My videos are specifically Taco Reacts. Call me Chris. Her other TikTok, which if you don't know, you don't need to know.
I've been seeing more Deadpool, which is great.
And, well, I mean, I've been talking about going to it, so that's like what pops up on my freaking feed.
Yeah, like Ryan Reynolds just keeps popping up out of nowhere.
I mean, I have him on Instagram, so I literally hit the little, like, clips at the top to see it, and it's literally any video he's put out or anything him and Hugh are doing as a promotion, so that way everybody knows they're out there. Like the thing they did, it's a YouTube video. I saw it pop up on your YouTube when you bounced into YouTube for a second.
Yeah.
Gordon Ramsay and I think his daughter or wife.
Yeah, my phone usage
Ryan
is literally on crack.
With the daughter.
I flip back and forth between things so fast.
His like top secondary chef that he always has with him for his shows, and Hughes with Gordon.
Yeah. The only time my phone stays on one app for hours is when I'm at work, and it's because I'm listening to music on Spotify, or because of the fact that I turn on an audiobook. They marked the live for learn more about the U.S. elections. That's funny.
Now we're a political podcast. That's awesome.
Oh shit! Crazy Peas has gotten crazier.
I'm looking to see if Jonah said anything more. No.
Maybe he bounced out. He's probably doing music shit.
No, but I mean, you know, it was fun having him here.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you, Jonah, if you're still here.
No. So her telling us that, oh yeah, no, now we're telling everybody about both sides of the freaking race. It's just like, wow.
I got a screenie for you. Oh, okay, you got a screenshot, a funny one, hopefully.
Telling us that we're a political podcast now.
Apparently.
Or I'm a political live.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, the funny part about, you know, it's, or I should say the bad part is, no offense, they should pick somebody other than Biden to put his name in.
Yeah.
But the reason they're keeping Kamala Harris,
because it's got the war chest, the $91 million, and now she just raised another like 60 or 70.
Yep.
And like
she's
50 of it was
got $1
overnight.
billion. All she's got to do is randomly pick somebody for VP. Hey, Kamala, right here, one of us two.
Yeah, whatever. I
mean,
I've already
we're
was
in
gonna run
Utah,
VP anyway.
so we're not where you live. So come grab one of us.
Yeah, whatever.
Everybody will think I'm apeshit nuts, but I'll be the new Trump for you. So you'll actually get voted into office, sweetheart, because I'm just like that guy. But I'm more apeshit nuts, and I'm real. Oh, just think of me being the person at all the, like, news briefs like she's been doing.
Yeah.
Fun. Yeah, come pick me up, girlfriend. We're gonna have this bitch in the bag. You come get me. I got that. Yeah, okay, same thing.
Yeah, she.
I'm just double checking.
Yeah, you know what's funny is I would have run as VP for either candidate, for Trump or for Kamala, and then I would have forced them to get along.
The funny part is, could you see me and Trump hanging out together
Would have
and
been
doing
like,
that?
You're old as shit. You're young as shit, but you're older than me. Get along.
No. Me and Trump running together would literally be two guys screaming, "Shut the fuck up! Here's the awesome part. Here's the truth." Everyone would be like, "Did he just pick himself for VP? What the fuck?"
Why is he on it twice? Why is it in crayon? Is that Sharpie?
Who put whiteout on my ballot?
Why is it on every ballot?
We win!
Yep.
That'd be funny as shit.
Yep.
No, just wait. We're watching the news on vote night, and I'm like, we keep seeing this name pop up. We don't know who these guys are. We've had like 500 million people put their names down in America. They've have almost all of the votes. Trump and Kamala are no longer in the race. It's just this guy.
Yeah.
And everybody be like, the fuck just happened? We win, bitch.
Then on True Social, freaking Trump does a tweet that like goes, "Who? I don't know who the lunatic is that decided to put their out in crayon and copy and paste it across the whole country, but that was wrong. Funny, but wrong."
Oh, just the lunacy that happens if one, our names are on there, and it's like, we don't know who the fuck these guys are, but their names are on, like, 50% of the ballots.
Yep.
Like, the fuck? We gotta wait for New York to come in, because those assholes take forever to count. And then we end up winning New York, too. It's like, who the fuck are these guys?
Yeah.
I mean, I'd find the funniest shit with
They
that.
take 5 times as long to count.
I mean, no, I would find it funny if our names end up getting put on the ballots enough that randomly, bing, I don't know who these guys are, but these guys won frickin' New Jersey.
Yeah.
Or they won Oklahoma. Hey, my people still remember who the fuck I am.
Did California just flip?
What are they affiliated as? They're not affiliated. The fuck?
Yeah.
We're gonna put them as purple. Don't you fucking put me as purple, I'm yellow, bitch. Get the color right.
Well, that means we need to turn sand into an actual political party, though.
I mean, we have after this election, we have 3 years.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
yeah.
we have 3 years to look it up, figure out what to do. I'm not married. I ain't got nobody hanging on my dick, so.
And then on the bumper sticker, just saying.
Yep. Nothing new.
I just find it funny that they marked us for learn more about the U.S. elections.
I mean,
Finally, they're pissed off about something else.
we win, bitches!
And yes, I just said finally. There has been like, what, 12 weeks, 16 weeks of them just being pissed off about the same shit.
Back and forth constantly.
Yeah. And I'm just like, can it just be something new this time? Yeah!
We're new.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
They're like,
no, the
"You want
funny
to
part
be
is
pissed?"
you look slightly
No.
older than me because you shave your head, but yet I'm the older one.
yeah. We both look around the same age.
Dude, no. If they try to figure out who we are and they come to see us, we'll just shave off all the facial hair so we look 10 to 20 years younger. It's like, how old are you? I'm 41. I'm 32. The fuck?
Yeah.
And we'll just stand there and go, and?
Yep.
And then we'll just grow out all that hair again. You'll keep shaving your head bald, and it'll be like, now they look like they're old enough to run the country.
Yeah. It's like, he looks like
Because, I mean, I dropped 10 years just by shaving off the beard and keeping the goatee.
Yeah.
I mean, the ex kind of went, the fuck? I'm like, you wanted it. Now I look younger than you, bitch. I don't like that.
It's like, you look like a wizard. And you look like a regular guy. The fuck? You're running for president? Yes, we are. Wait. Yes, we are. Yeah. We are running for president and vice president. They're both president. One has a vice in it.
I'll just have to move. Maybe one of these days I'll move to you. Maybe in the next, like, 3 years.
No, we just mark our mailing address as like a different place in a different state, and then that way we have it as a different address.
Why? I'll just sell my car, buy an SUV, put the trailer on, and then I live whichever state I want.
Yeah.
No. We're not in the same district, but it still starts here as Utah. Dude, I've been living in freaking Oklahoma for the last 3 years. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Come get you. Then we just drive out or fly out to freaking DC, put our names in. Everybody shits their pants. Who the fuck are these guys?
Yeah.
Everybody who's been watching the podcast for long enough goes, that guy!
Yeah. Hell, it'd be funny is if we're at the airport and we hear like a bunch of people at once go, "It's the lunatics," and we're just like, "Hello."
Thank you for recognizing my lunacy.
Yes.
Got shit to do.
Yep. See what's funny is one of the guys at the gym when they were like, "Oh, you crazy P, you're a crazy P," and we're just like, "Yeah," and your point.
Do you watch our podcast? He went, wait, what? He didn't even know we were called the Crazy Peas.
Yep.
For the podcast, he literally shit his pants right there. He's like, the fuck?
Yeah, like he's trying to insult us, and we're just like, yeah, no, we're lunatics. That's part of what makes the podcast so awesome.
Wait, you have a podcast?
Yeah.
That was like the best night.
Yeah, I've been on so many podcasts now. Like, whether it's a guest on one or co-host on another one or this one, like, I've done so many podcasts now over the years, it's crazy.
Yeah, but this one's been almost a constant. I mean, we took 6 months off because I was dealing with some shit, but
Yeah.
we came back.
Yep.
And we haven't stopped. It's almost been a year since we come back.
Yeah, it has been.
So, ha-ha!
Mm-hmm.
Bitches!
And,
In
I
5
mean,
more months, it'll be a year.
yeah, the only thing that costs anything is
Internet.
the internet and the equipment. I literally bought the equipment. Technically, the webcam was work sponsored.
Da-da-da-da. Our sponsor, AAA.
Yeah. Not really a sponsor. Don't fire us.
No, they can't fire me.
Yeah, it's true.
So, try me, bitch!
Yeah.
Don't try him. He actually wants the money, so just give him a fucking $20 raise, you pussy.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
Make him a freaking lead or management. He
Yeah.
knows how to do this shit.
Yeah, I do, actually.
Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I went to college, by the way, Strayer, and my major is business administration. I know some stuff.
Yeah. And here in the next few months, if lucky, I'm going to get into the Jordan
I
Academy.
badly want to
then,
do that. Jordan
If
Peterson
I save up
School.
the money, I'm going to pay you back for the laptop. I'm dragging your ass with me, motherfucker.
Oh, really?
Well, you damn straight. Give me 3 months. I'm dragging your ass with me.
Yeah, because I badly want to go to...
I'll pay for your
that
first year.
whole
That's
thing.
all you're getting.
Yeah. I mean, you know, probably would end up paying the second year myself.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'll pay for the first year. You pay for the second year.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll pay for my second year, but I'll get you in.
Yeah.
I'll drag your ass. It won't be kicking and screaming. Come on, jackass!
Yep. And then I get to learn more stuff from other people.
Because one of the
go from
things
there.
that I like that Jordan and Michaela said about it is one of the first things they want you to do as part of the Peterson University
Yeah.
is they're going to teach classes. Part of, like, the first part of it is going to be linguistics. Speaking to people properly. Proper English and stuff. And because I got that 90% of that shit already drilled into my head because of being in the I'm a learning disabled fucking kid.
Yeah.
Even though I didn't have an issue with learning, I had an issue with fucking idiots around me, which gave me an emotional fucking reaction.
Yeah.
So, I don't have an issue learning. I have an issue with being around people when I'm learning. Why do you think I hide in my corner and just learn more facts, do some research,
Yep.
I hide in my corner. Leave me alone. I'm learning shit.
Yeah, exactly.
But the other end of that would be that they're talking about that being like the first courses they're wanting to take and whatnot, or teach before they let you go any further.
Yeah.
And my first thought was, ooh, I know how I'm gonna play this. Ooh, I know how I'm gonna do this. I'll literally just run with it until I know all the stuff and anything's I already know. I already knew that, so that's to say, knew that. Ooh, here's something.
And hey, if Jordan gets his, essentially his new college effort that he's doing, if he actually gets it accredited and everything, unless he's already done that, technically,
No.
I could have gone to
Him,
2 colleges.
By doing it for $449,
Yeah.
which is like 1,000 times cheaper than any regular college, even some of the most of the online colleges, because they like charge you out the fucking rear. You're literally paying you're basically buying a house for a regular college diploma.
That's my understanding of it, yeah.
But I think his daughter also got the ideal on what to do from Tate. Because she went and had a meeting with him and hung out with him for a couple of days, and the whole rumor, well, she fucked him, she had to have, because that's, Tate's, that's
MO.
what everybody views as Tate's MO, even though it's like, no, if you're a smart business person, male or female, I want to have a relationship with you. If you want to know something I know, come talk to me.
Yeah.
So he literally, him and her had a conversation. She asked him about, running the university, Hustlers University that he runs.
Yeah.
And because she learned that stuff, starting Jordan or Peterson, whatever, university, literally, she got the facts she needed from him, went and worked it out with her dad and her now new husband. Because the last husband, the way that ended was a complete clusterfuck. She didn't even want or even thought she could get into a new marriage, and then she ended up falling in love with him, and they were married within 3 months of starting their relationship.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was what it was.
Honestly, I don't care if Michaela Peterson
honestly,
got on with Entertain. That's up to them.
Well, no, but I mean, that's like the whole propaganda bullshit. Like, we're gonna spread rumor because you went and talked to him and you're a single female at the time.
Yeah, it's funny that they assume that about females, but they assume that positively about males.
But see, even he has denied. He's like, no, me and her were never intimate. It was a business meeting.
Yeah, I know. Andrew Tate.
She came out for like a week, and all we did was talk business. She wanted to know how to run a school.
Yeah, no. Emery literally spent a couple different videos going on at length about
4.
how. Yeah, going on
2,
about.
he went deeper into length, but he did it on 4, just like, hey guys, quit saying that. She's a good person.
Yeah. Plus, also, he went and said, "No, you're thinking of my brother." Tristan, who's the one who is kind of like Bruce Wayne and gets away with, more because he looks nicer.
No, he gets away with more because he's not the name on the title.
Yeah.
That'd be like me. My name is Karnage.
Yep.
Don't worry about him. Like I told you, that's where I see myself as the Andrew out of our combo, and you're more the Tristan, because you say your stuff, you say your truths. I scream and bellow my truths.
Yep.
So I'm the big, loud, boisterous one, and you're the, hi, here's my shit. I don't give a fuck if you like it or not. Bye.
Yeah, me. I'm the more mellow, like, version of that. So yeah, I'm more like Tristan in that respect.
Because it's
like I'll lay down the law, but I'm less boisterous about it.
Because Andrew and Tristan are kind of like me and you. Yeah. I'm the more over the top on the broadcast, where you're not.
Right.
That's kind of how they are in the broadcast. Tristan's more of the mellow, where Andrew's more of the.
Yep. Yeah, Andrew Tate will literally go and like spend an entire hour
overly just up his own ass, sucking his own dick just for the show.
Yep.
But that's not who he actually is.
Yeah, I know. I saw videos
that's why
of him.
I think it's funny as shit.
I saw a couple of videos with Tucker Carlson and some of the other people that went out to visit him, and how he was just so much more mellow and just laid back.
And true.
Yeah. And it
the
was
stuff
like
you see on the show is just for the show. And I said that forever. And I remember you're like, I don't think so. I'm like, just wait. Wait until somebody actually puts out a video or actually tells a story about he's so just hum.
Yeah.
And it took a while. But they finally came out and everybody's like, oh no, he's like mellow as shit. He's only overly boisterous and in your shit for the show. I'm like, that sounds just like me. I knew it as soon as I saw him. Body language on the show. Gotta go into it.
What's funny is back in like 2016, I remember when Tucker Carlson himself was mischaracterized as being very much like that type of character.
Yep.
Because on Fox News, he would go on his rants, and so he'd always be characterized as being overly angry. And yet Tucker Carlson is
mellow as fuck.
Was one of the silliest guys ever.
Yeah, right?
Like, and he's got a goofy ass laugh.
You can hang out with that guy.
Yeah, he's got a goofy ass laugh too.
That's
like,
why it's like, if I ever become rich, hanging out with those guys and like shooting the shit.
Yeah.
For fun? Hell yeah. What do I care? Let's go have fun, guys.
Yeah.
We're gonna get shit-faced drunk. Y'all have fun with that. I got water. I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't need to get shit-faced drunk. Dude, I got 2 freaking damn things of liquor in my fridge. Have I touched them? Nope. Why? Don't need to drink.
Yeah.
I don't need to. If I want to, I will. They're there for when and if I want to.
Yeah.
I bought them for me if and when I want to. Everclear and I think it was Jack Daniels because I've never had whiskey. So I'm like, you know what? I'll buy it so that way when I get a wild hair up my ass for shits and giggles, I'll have some whiskey.
Yeah.
And Hoseby bought some vodka, took a shot of it, went, tastes good, here. He's
yeah.
Like, what? I got the like half a second shiver because, alcohol.
Yep.
And it's like, that actually tastes halfway decent. Here you go.
One of these days, I may just have us all take a shot of each.
I mean, I'm down.
Yeah, and just have fun.
I would have to go. We'd have to go into my storage unit and actually find my shot glasses.
Yeah.
Unless they're all destroyed, then I'll just like randomly go buy shot glasses.
Because really, that's all you need is a shot or two, and then you're nice and floaty.
You don't need a shot or two. You just need tall shot.
Tall shot.
1.5.
Yeah. I remember when I would fill up an entire cup full of vodka, and then I drink the whole cup, and be utterly fucking just like,
whee!
Yeah, nice and glazed brained. Of course, then again, that was back during 2019 when
you tried to kill yourself. I did not realize it.
I wasn't trying to kill myself, but I lended that direction. And
you were. You just didn't realize that's how hard you were going.
Yeah, no, I was completely clueless as to how hard it was going, and Jose was always like, "You're gonna end up hurting yourself," and then like Andrew was telling me that, and I was being told that, and I just kept dismissing it, and like freaking, of course, I was getting crossfaded out the ass.
Well, I remember, what was it? Nephi, little brother, bought the thing of Everclear and left it over at your apartment one night. I'm just hand me that thing. Glug glug. Okay, put it back on the fridge.
Yeah.
And then I just walked the hell out.
Yeah. Like,
and drove my ass home.
I expected you to be drunk as fuck.
No. I told Jose about that the other day. I'm like, no. Everclear ain't shit, dude. Nephi bought some put on top of their fridge in the apartment. I told him to hand it to me. I wanted a couple chugs. I took 2 drinks. Said, tasty. Put it. Alright, here you go. Put it back. And then I just left and drove home. He's like, the hell? I'm like, Everclear ain't shit, dude. It's water. It's Everclear. It's literally just water.
Yeah, Jose's jaw was practically sweeping the floor.
Because you laughed and said, no, he actually did do that.
Yeah, I did say that.
Because I remember that, because he's like, there's no way in hell Everclear is so strong, so hard. I'm like, not really. It's like drinking water. It's drinking water more than vodka's drinking water.
Hi, Simba. Really? That
well,
too?
Then go find a spot, you fucking angry bitch. Now fuck you.
Speaking of animals on podcasts and shit, come here.
Not just let them hide. Juju, Calypso, Ghostiel.
Hi, Simba.
Whichever demon name she wants to use today.
Demon name.
Threw his bitch ass in here because he's being a bitch.
Yeah.
So, whatever. But no, I always think that part's funny. It's like, depending on what the zing is, depends on whether or not I get the alcohol shit. You know, the shiver that your whole body gets from the alcohol, or it's just the, that tasted like gas. I'm never drinking that again.
Yeah.
I've had situations where I drink and I'm like, okay, that was way too bitter.
I've had those moments too. Yeah.
I mean, that's why I don't drink beer, because... No, I'm good. I don't need to eat, hasn't been washed pussy for a year. No, I'm good. You can have your dirty beer, bitch. Just leave me the fuck out of it. Ew, no. I'm good, homie. Nah. I'm sorry. Give me a skank. I'll just wash her out and fucking eat that pussy before I'll drink a beer. Ew. Nasty.
Yeah, I remember when I got a couple of beers from Maverick one night, and I mixed it in with the 6-pack, because I had a 6-pack. It was a little customized, make your own 6-pack type shit. Got some Shock Top, got some ale, and the last two of them, I got the beers, and I was like, I drank even like a couple sips out of the beer, and I was like,
made you want to throw up.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I should have just done ale.
Yeah.
Shock Top.
I'm sorry. Ale is real beer. It's not this fucking... Drink a fucking bread!
Yeah.
Ew. Fuck off. If I want alcohol, I want real alcohol. That's why with the whole, like, Jack Daniels, or was... I think it was Jack. Well, whatever. I bought it because I've never had it. Jose said it's better than Jim Beam. Or I bought Jim Beam because it's better than Jack. I really don't care. I just want to see what whiskey tastes like because I've never had whiskey. Ain't nobody ever had the balls to buy it for me, and I ain't never had the money to. I had a few extra bucks, so I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to treat myself.
Yeah.
So, I treated myself.
Yeah. Yeah,
so,
no.
that'll be a fun shot. I think I'm going to enjoy the hell out of that one. Because I've never had whiskey, and the old school alcoholics are, most of the people who drink alcohol are like, either you do or you don't like whiskey. Do you like beer? I hate beer. You might like whiskey.
Whiskey's actually pretty decent.
Because I like vodka. I like Everclear. Man, just give me vodka and Everclear. I'll just sit there and smile and be like, yeah, this is nice. But it doesn't hit me.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw me. I like pounded, 4 out of the 6-pack I bought because you wanted one and she wanted one?
Yeah, I drank one of them.
I pounded 4 of them and like I barely feel it. This sucks.
Yeah, no, what's funny is she was getting real freaking tipsy and like giggly and shit. And me, I'm just like, this is a nice mild warmth.
Right?
And then after that, I was like, and it's gone.
Right.
I was like, my gods, I have a tolerance from hell.
I think it's also just because it was the gas station vodka, so it was like less than 5%.
Yeah. It
And
was
the
like
White Claw she
3.7%
had was
or something.
5%.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, God damn it, I got more drunk last night. This is bullshit. That was my complaint.
It's essentially alcohol water.
I mean, the White Claws taste like ass.
Yeah.
So I drink it just to get drunk.
Mm-hmm.
It tastes like dirty bitch ass, but not as dirty as beer, so it was manageable.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But I am more of a liquor drinker. I prefer liquor. Because I like the flavor, and then whatever the kick is from the alcohol, depending on how strong it is, it's like, there's a nice warm kick. That'll last about half an hour.
Now we have a cat on the podcast.
Because he decided to quit being a needy hoe and a bitchy bitch. He wants to show you off, jackass. Yeah,
Hi.
there you go. He's like, there, they saw my face. Fuck you.
What's funny is on just about like there's been so many podcasts where I've like for instance with the one with Jonas, I will have a screen on the introduction where I say featuring Simba, because Simba will jump up on my lap mid podcast and I'll end up petting him.
Mm-hmm.
He'll bite my hand sometimes, but yeah.
Simba and Dave has jumped up in my lap or your lap.
Yep.
For this podcast.
Oh yeah.
1,000 times.
Yep. Big fluff ball.
Yeah. Simba is just a fluff ball. Dave is just I am cat.
Yes. And a lot of times I'll lay on the bed after a long work day, and then Dave will sit on me, and then his ass will be in my face, and I'll be like, dude, bro, and he'll just go, and then shove it in my face more.
No, asshole.
Yeah. Yeah, no, so last night we're about an hour and 44 in, and I will finally talk about the Dino movie. We watched. I watched 65 million years ago. It's literally just called 65 on Netflix or whatever provider you tend to use, and basically it stars Adam Driver, and it's basically Jurassic Park without the romance in space. Like, it's literally Adam Driver is on the planet Samaris. I think it was what the planet was called, and it's supposed to be 65 million years ago. He goes on a mission to go get medicine for his daughter, basically, taking a job so he can have the money to pay for his medicine for his daughter, and because she's dying. And he goes on in space, and then he crash lands on Earth from 65 million years ago, and the dinosaurs are considered aliens. And when he crash lands on Earth, he is technically the alien because he's native to this other planet. And so he spends the entire movie with this younger 9-year-old who he finds that was in one of the pods that was on the ship that he was transporting. And her parents died in the crash. And she doesn't speak his native language. So they're having to move from one part of the planet, or at least the part of the area that they're in, to the mountain area where the other part of his ship's supposed to be, because the crash caused the ship to separate in half.
To split.
To split. And so the entire time, essentially it was like they said, okay, Adam, you were a Marine in the Marine Corps, so we want you to play a Marine in this movie. And that's essentially the movie. A Marine father who's having to take care of this stranger kid and to protect her and keep her safe.
Somebody else's child.
Yes.
Yeah.
And essentially spends the entire movie
that's just the military
having flashbacks and having video clips that he watches on his little recorder, because it's futuristic tech that's in the movie, because it's a sci-fi movie, and it's futuristic even though it's in the past, and he spends the entire movie basically going dad mode with her and trying to help her out, and essentially being reminded of his daughter the whole time. And the movie, like the flavors they used with this movie, it's amazing because the dinosaurs are treated like they were monsters, because they essentially are, and
it's just giant dragons.
It's basically nature at war with itself, with giant monsters, giants. And there's quite a few frames where the person who made this movie, they knew what they were doing with some of the wide scale shots, because they showed the scale of how big the dinosaur was compared to Adam Driver.
Yep.
And like there was a shot where he's in the cave and he's holding the gun, trying to point it, and the gun is not a regular gun; it's a plasma rifle, shoots plasma bolts. And
Star Wars, Star Trek.
Essentially, yeah, it's like sci-fi mixed in with reality. And so he's in the cave and he's holding the gun, he's holding the rifle like he typically, like he would. And he's pointing at the cave's entrance where lightning flashes because there's a storm, and it's this beautiful shot of like the silhouette of the T-Rex just outside the cave.
You are covered in the fur.
Yeah, and so it's essentially the
become one with you.
monster beyond the doorway is essentially what was utilized a lot in this movie. Like, it was a gorgeous movie. Like, even though like it was like virtually seen by nobody, it didn't make that much of the box office. It was an enjoyable movie to watch.
See, and that's
I think you'll like
the funny part. The didn't make anything at the box office. God, because nobody knows how to fucking actually watch a decent movie.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed the shit out of it because people in media primarily know Adam Driver as his role in Star Wars as Kylo Ren, and in this movie, he essentially was playing a version of himself without the sense of humor as a military soldier, and he was a lance corporal in the Marines, so it made sense that he was casted as the role. But it was really cool watching him be a badass. I mean, he falls out of a fucking tree in this movie, completely dislocates his shoulder, and as he's walking around, he looks like a freaking zombie. He's just like, and he has to ram his body into a tree multiple times to shove he's like, and he finally gets the girl to help him get his arm to snap back in place. And as this is happening, one of the carnivore dinosaurs that essentially looks like a snake with legs is beginning to come after him, and he like manages.
Because he's making noise.
Yeah, and so he manages to kill the dinosaur in time, but like the intensity of like seeing, you know, him smash his arm in the tree and then having the girl do it. I'm just like watch this and I'm like, any other normal person would be fried by that whole interaction, would probably be dead. But this shows just how badass he is as a character.
Well, it makes me think of what was it? Lethal Weapon.
Yeah, I was reminded very much of the classic
Or
80s action movies, like Die Hard.
Die Hard.
Yeah, Die Hard. I was reminded of Bruce Willis with this movie.
Because I think it's in Lethal Weapon though, the movies.
Yeah.
That the character, and it's one of the main characters, one of the main guys. What he does is he's supposed to get out of a straitjacket, right?
Yeah.
So he rips his shoulder out of place. And then, to pop it back into place, he rams it into, like, a wall.
Yeah.
And
it knocks it back into place, which is what you were telling me to do the other day, because I was talking about how my shoulder was freaking out and stuff.
And I said, well, if it's really, really out,
yeah,
the way to do it is to, wherever it's out of, you gotta,
ram it.
Yeah. And you're like, I don't know about that. I'm like, okay, that's fine. You can wait to go to the chiropractor. I don't care, dude. I'm just
I actually did do it.
giving you a thought.
I literally rammed my arm into that wall right there and was like, well, someone's about to ask if someone fell. And then I literally got asked. They're like, so I decided to play around with it because they're like, what was that loud thump earlier? Like there was this really loud crash. And I'm like, oh, my shirt fell. And they're like, wait, that sounded a lot louder than that. And I'm like, I was in the shirt.
Yes. I remember when I showed you that meme.
Yep. And what's funny is...
Because it was random as shit. I'm like, Peter will like that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I was... And then Mary was like, what really happened? I'm like, I ran my arm in the wall. And she's like, of course you had to make a meme out of it. I'm like, yes, I did. And then she's like, wait, why was it... Then I'm like, because my shoulder was out. It's been in agony. And she's like, just go to the chiropractor. And I'm like, no, I was deciding to, pull a Lethal Weapon or Die Hard and see if I could fix it myself. She's like, you're listening to Karnage too much. And I'm like, no, I'm not.
Hi! I have too many movie references up here. Why do you think I like the Deadpool movie so much? It's like, I know that movie reference. I know that reference. I know that reference. I know that one. I know that. Dude, I love this movie.
Yeah, like I really stood right there on the opposite end of the wall and then just went, and then I went, again, and I'm like, oh! And then I heard a pop. I heard it go, and I'm like, wait, did it work?
It's like, did it work? I'll know in half an hour.
Yeah. Yeah, and then that's when then I told Gusto, and she's like, babe, just let me put ice on it or something, or put
Deep blue.
Deep blue.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we'll get through it. We'll make it. And I told the chiropractor about it. I told him about it. I told Ryan about it. And Ryan's just like, just come here. You'll be fine. And I'm like,
I couldn't. I had to work.
I was like, I wanted to make it work. He's like, you're freaking crazy. And I'm like, I know.
This is why we will take over and everybody will lose. Nice.
Then I watched Adam Driver do it in the movie, and I'm like, I'm having this vague recollection of my very 80s mom telling me not to copy everything I see in the movies, but you know what? It half worked.
F it.
It half worked. I got halfway there.
She's like, well, you're not too bad.
Nope.
It could have been worse. You could have broke something. But I didn't, apparently.
Yeah.
Click. Okay, it's not just a fucking loose noodle.
Yeah. I mean, I've been told multiple times by multiple different guys, whether at the gym or at my job, they're like, you could have made a great Marine. And I'm just like going, I mean, I'm starting to believe that. I've got the resilience.
Right? I mean, shit, dude. I've dragged you through the gym. You're like, I don't know. Don't worry about it. We'll take you through this slowly. And now you're like, no, we must go harder. I'm like, ah!
Yeah.
Broken properly. Must work out.
Yeah. And I'm telling my brother, like, today, like, going, God, you're a whiny bitch.
Oh, no, when you said that and him went, the fuck? I went, hey. Alright, I'm just gonna sit here and watch this. This is gonna be funny.
Yeah, he was so taken aback. Like, I think that like he might have had a Klingon on his ass from how bad he shit himself.
Possibly.
Yeah.
But it's that thing that you were going where you needed to go, and then he got butthurt. You looked at me and said,
Yep.
and he went, oh, I'm a bitch. Oh! Okay, now I understand why.
Yeah.
And like everything was cool and mellow after that. I'm like, hey, look, me saying, you're a pussy, and here's why. Actually worked for once.
Yeah, and then I told him, I'm like, now go be a badass. Hell, I told him, I'm like, let me fucking love you, motherfucker.
Yes.
And then I
saw the realization on his face. Oh, I'm the big bitch.
Yeah. And I touched Rachel on the shoulder and was like, and then you, and then I'm like, wait, why are you walking away from me? Come here. And then I grabbed her away, and then you need to let her love you too. And he's just like, oh, I do. And I'm like, you better.
And then you told her, well, you're like my sister.
Yeah. Which threw her off like crazy. She was like, the fuck? And I'm like, what? Is it wrong? And she's like, well, no, I didn't think that's... I'm like, what do you think this fucking is? Like, just a friend? And she's like, well, yeah. And I'm like, that ship sailed a long fucking time ago. Like, you can have both. You can have a friend who is also a sibling. Deal with it.
Right. And then you pointed me out. I'm like, yeah, I'm the brother that everybody has and nobody expected.
Yeah, exactly.
She went, well, no, I expected it from you, but not you. I'm like, well, there's an interesting twist.
Yep.
Okay, I'll accept it.
This evening was a lot of twists. It was pretty great. I enjoy twists that are good.
Fuck out of it, so.
Yeah, I enjoy twists that are marvelous and great, and that was one of them.
Making Andrew go, oh, I'm being a bitch and an asshole.
And it's like, yes.
Well, I'm trying not to be.
Now learn.
Just like my dad. Okay, I'm done being that. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, I even said that too. I was like, no, see, I am more like Jason these days. I'm less like our fucking dad because I'm not a passive aggressive bitch. And then freaking Rachel was like, holy fuck. And then Andrew was just all like,
oh.
I was like, yeah, no. And for me, it flipped. I changed a lot in different ways that you guys don't even know about yet. You come over for special occasions, birthdays, maybe sometimes when you feel like it, so you don't see a lot of it.
I see everything all the time. That's kind of the issue.
What's funny is how adamant Jose was, too. He was like, he's changed so much, and he kept pointing at me, and I'm like, yeah. And he was just...
I'm like, well, ain't nobody paid attention for the first couple years I took you to the gym, and now where we are now, the differences in you.
Yeah.
In you. And especially, because, I mean,
Dude,
just
ever since Jose
me and Jose hanging out, too.
Yeah.
I've literally been with the way I think, and he's like, I wish I could be like you. Don't wish, just do it.
Right.
But I don't want to scare her away. If you scared her away, it wasn't meant to be.
Right.
You know, if all she wanted was a quick screw, you gave her what she wanted and you fucking bounced.
Mm-hmm.
But I want a relationship. Same here, but you know what? Apparently that's not in the cards right now, so I'm just going to play until I get what I want. Or I'm just going to play until the end of the world happens, and I'm just like, hey, look, I'm no longer stuck in this stupid meat stew.
Yeah.
Nice!
Exactly. Yeah, it was funny. Is I mean, I spent the last week and a half, 2 weeks that we've been going to the gym with Jose. Jose B. And been like just kind of telling him stuff offhand here and there, and making him like sometimes his jaw will hit the floor and sometimes he'll roll his eyes, or sometimes he'll just kind of go, "Wait, you're right." Stubborn ass motherfucker, which is what part of what keeps his ass alive.
I mean, you ain't wrong.
Yeah.
If
I
he
have to
wasn't
give
a
him
stubborn
accolades.
jackass, he wouldn't be where he is now. He'd already given up and died. Fully.
Yeah.
But he also knows better. It's just telling us to invite more again.
Okay. Yeah, it says you've been on live for 90 minutes now.
Cool.
Oh, that was a while ago.
Yeah.
It's actually been 2 hours now.
I have to
It's after midnight.
Yeah, I have to say, like, Jose's made a lot of positive change, though.
I
Just
mean,
in the last little while.
he literally got stuck in the freaking sardine can with me. I'm like, not allowed to be a bitch!
Yeah.
The fuck? You must be awesome! What you're no longer going there because they're a bunch of shitbags. But they're my people. No, they're not. You're just drunk, motherfucker.
Yeah.
And now that he's sober, he goes over there. He had one beer and he's like, the fuck am I doing here?
Yeah.
And ran home. I'm like, you've learned.
Yes.
My only thought for the whole thing is like, aha, he got it.
Some lessons completed.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that, like, immensely, because I've been wanting to try and get him to that point for literally years.
All they needed was a few months with me going, quit being a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, fine, we'll go see your friends. No liquor. What? You give me 2 weeks, I'll give you 1 beer. Deal. He went 2 weeks, he got his beer. And after that, he's like, I really don't want a beer. I don't want to be around those people. Fuck those people. They're boring. All they do is say the same shit.
Yeah.
All the fucking time. This is annoying. And I'm like, ha!
Yes. Exactly.
It's like, hey, just like you were. You would repeat the same shit and never go anywhere.
Yep.
Now you can see it because you're sober.
Yeah. No, it's funny and crazy because, like, now anytime I do anything, it's always in moderation. And, like, for the most part.
Never drink. You haven't seen me drinking forever.
I know.
And when I drank with the ex, Martha, it was like, he's actually fucking drinking. What the fuck?
Dude, like, Calypso was shocked when she found out that I even had, like, a can or two. And it was like, wait, you touched it? And I'm like, yeah, I just figured I'd try it socially, whatever. And she's like, what would you think? And I'm like,
Tastes like ass.
kind of boring, honestly. I don't know why I bothered, but I figured I would at least try it. And she's like, oh, okay, so you don't even really care about drinking. I'm like, nope, not anymore. I just figured I'd try it for the hell of it. And it
Yeah, that was
like,
my
whatever.
kind of thing. She bought
Yeah.
White Claws, so I'm like, okay, let's see what they taste like.
Yeah. Like, I just been like, alcohol just doesn't appeal to me anymore.
Dude, it's not my poison of choice. What is my poison of choice? A cigarette.
Nicotine, yeah.
Do I really need it? No. Could I live without it? Yes. Do I really give a shit either way? Not really.
I just joke around and call it sanity.
I mean, the only reason I have cigarettes is so that way I don't accidentally do something stupid.
Yeah.
That's the same reason people drink liquor, not to do something stupid, but you're just still doing something stupid. But I also know, if God is gonna punish me for doing that,
Yeah.
with as big as everybody thinks the punishment is, which I know it's not that big of a punishment,
Yeah.
I'm literally gonna stand there and give me my million lashes. I'm cool. Put me in the fire of hell for 1,000 years. I got nothing better to do. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes to get to where I know I am and who I am and good, do it.
Yeah.
Throw me out into the outer darkness, into the pit, what is considered the pits of hell. Dude, I'll hang out and live there for a million years. Whatever, dude.
What's
I'm literally
funny is-
immortal because I have no physical form or because my physical form became immortal. I'm good. Let's do this shit. Let's have fun. Let's play the games.
Yeah.
I don't care.
What's funny is
Sorry
I
if I
was
stepped on you.
that stuff actually made me think, like the movie I was watching last night, the 65. There's
Made
a
you
part.
think about some of that?
Yeah, it honestly did, because I was watching the end of it, and when you get to the end of it, it's essentially them adapting the meteor. like the asteroid,
Mm-hmm.
like literally wrecking Earth, and so Adam and Driver and the girl have to like, his name is Mills in the movie, but they get in the spaceship, they get ready to take off. Spaceship doesn't take off like it's supposed to. He has to face off the T-Rexes, and then when they take off in the spaceship, officially go into space. There's this beautiful imagery of the asteroid coming in and then hitting Earth, and it's like not even like. I, for some reason, always thought of the asteroid as just one big giant kaboom, and then all of a sudden they're all dead. But really, in this movie anyway, the way they adapted
They
was...
did a really good adaptation.
Yeah.
A proper
like
video accounting of what an asteroid blowing up in the atmosphere and hitting all the little chunks
especially
on Earth.
with the fact that it started out as just a small meteor shower. Like, it was disguised as something else, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere, you see, like, this giant, like, rippling red magenta spreading across the sky as it's coming in the atmosphere, and then you start seeing as like it's almost like the planet was being bombed, and then like the asteroid, because it's the asteroid itself, comes in. It doesn't come in as a solid rock; it split itself because it broke, and you're watching as it's coming in, and it's like nuclear warheads are hitting the Earth, and so as Mills and the girl are flying into the spaceship and coming out of space and narrowly avoiding catastrophe as they're flying out of the atmosphere and into space, they show an image of a point of view shot of Mills looking at Earth, and
when he gets it,
and you're watching as like Pangea, which is essentially the dinosaurs living on Pangea on Earth, because that was before the continent.
I've heard something about the movie.
And like the rocks are coming in, and you're watching as like innocent asteroid with space rocks broke up and created this giant scattering effect. And you're watching as the entire...
And that's how you get the continents that we currently have.
Yeah, and you watch as, like, all of, like, it is just breaking apart and, like, going on fire and lava's happening. And you're watching it and you're like, that's tragic because a bunch of creatures are going to die, but...
Cool.
It's gorgeous. The imagery is beautiful. Like, the way they adapted everything, it was a gorgeous movie. Like, I wanted to freeze frame some of it.
Okay, so maybe tomorrow we'll put it on and I can just watch it.
Yeah, it was a gorgeous movie to watch. In fact, there was quite a few parts where I felt like I was watching those videos that they show you in high school or elementary school where they try to show you what dinosaur stuff looks like. It looked like that. Like it was like
fabulous.
Yeah, it was like a documentary of sorts.
Nice.
Only it was fictional. And like I was like watching it and I'm like going, this is a beautiful movie. This deserves more attention.
Somebody made a comment. Popped up in my shorts here a little while back about, well, what if the asteroid that hit the Earth, not just the one, but multiple hit the Earth, and that's actually why we go from Pangea, that's why all of it fits together, and it broke apart and just shifted because of all the asteroids hitting the Earth.
Well, not only did I end up thinking about...
because it breaks through the
celestial
core,
influence, but I also thought of what you're talking about.
It broke through the, outer crust, and that's actually what makes the core of our planet, which turned it into the Earth that we have now.
You remember how you spoke about years ago about how we're all technically aliens?
Yeah.
It literally made me think of that. Because I'm like, wait a minute, this is like back when the dinosaurs were being made to be extinct. So if we are humans that are evolved from from Neanderthals and apes and shit, and
I don't
cavemen,
think apes, Neanderthals, yeah.
And cavemen were hunting for food and hunting for things like that. And they had to get their animal hide from dead animals. And then they were, writing on walls with sticks and shit. I'm like, wait a minute. How many of those sticks or how many of those rocks had alien DNA? And how much of that got into the bloodstream? Or how much of that got into the system of the Neanderthal? Which then later on evolved as they made children and then, evolved further. And then you went through the Ice Age and all this other stuff. And then how many times does rocks from space, hit Earth, and they're technically shooting stars or comets, and they hit somewhere on the Earth, not big enough to cause, the devastating damage, but what if we're all technically aliens in a way? Like, I was going deep-brained and was thinking of all the stuff
scientific craziness that I go into.
Yeah, that you started thinking about it. I'm like, wait a minute, like, Karnage may have been onto something here. But it was a good movie.
I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
It might sound apeshit nuts, but I do deep dives into my craziness.
Yeah, like I was like going real deep into my head, going, wait a minute, and then I'm like, wait, but if that's celestial influence, maybe what if he did like what if God did decide to like kill off the dinos, and it was like one big giant experiment that was tragic.
Or that's the animals that used to be in the Garden of Eden with all the other animals, but when destroying them, the few that survived evolved into the animals we have now, and all animals are descendants of the dragons, aka dinosaurs.
Yeah, because there's quite a few.
It's not just birds.
Because if you watch the background, not the foreground of where Mills's character is at in the forest or in the other settings that are in the movie.
If you pay attention to the background,
the background, you'll see the dragon-like creatures that you talked about.
Yeah.
You'll like they were using different dinosaur designs in this movie than is in pop culture.
They were using good ones then.
Yeah,
nice.
Like there's one scene where literally the it looked like this weird snake anteater type animal.
Yeah.
And it has like a slope to its back, and as it's walking, it's like this, and it's like walking like this, and its arms do this weird side motion or swivel motion.
That's kind of something that's popped up in my shorts and stuff that I laughed at because I thought it was spot on. Are we sure T-Rexes look like how we portray them, or were their noses coming out more like our noses come out from our... Because if you just took from our skeleton and did us, created a human, like they create dinosaurs by just slapping something over the meat suit,
yeah,
what they think the muscle build would be,
even
there
the T-Rex
would be no
weird.
nose. We wouldn't have ears. It'd just be holes in our heads like they always do with the aliens on Star Trek, Star Wars, and then 1,000 other things where they do the universe. Oh no, that's popped up in a lot of shit I've been watching. That like, literally, the dragons that were described are actually how dinosaurs looked because the noses actually came out. It's not just slapped on like we have all the descriptions of the dinosaurs. And what if T-Rex had wings? That's why he didn't need big arms. He had little arms so that way grab and throw him out.
Yeah, like it literally.
Or he doesn't need the little arms because the little arms are just sitting there so that way he can sit still on a perch.
Yeah.
Because he has wings.
Yeah, the T-Rex literally looked like the wings were broken off.
Yeah.
Like they had gotten into enough fights with the other T-Rexes or enough fights with other animals.
Other animals, yeah.
That it looked like the one arm was bigger than the other, or was just injured, and then the sides of the T-Rex had like these rips in the skin that made it look like the rings were ripped off in a fight.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was watching this and like looking at the designs, and I'm like, they did a different direction with this movie. This is making me rethink dinosaurs right now. And not even thinking of them as like the romantic nature, because my inner child was arguing with my adult last night.
Of course.
Like the inner child was going.
You want the Land Before Time, you long neck, you three horn.
Yeah, it wanted a combination of Jurassic Park with Land Before Time.
Yeah.
And this movie was like, no, these are straight up beasts of
y'all fucked
fury.
up on the design of what they actually were. Here's what they actually were.
Yeah, literally, this movie was like, no, they were
reimagination of what it could be.
Yeah, this movie was saying, no, these were cannibals. Like these were cannibalistic freaking beasts of fury. They eat meat.
Isn't that what a carnivore dinosaur is?
Yeah.
Cannibal, literally eating the cow. Oh wait, that's what we're supposed to eat. We're supposed to eat cows.
Yeah, no, I was literally watching this movie, and so there's a scene where the 9-year-old girl that I was describing, she has that normal kid moment where she wants to save the animal. And it's a little plant-eater triceratops-looking animal, and I think it was a triceratops looking.
It's the child thing.
Yeah.
Must save the other animal.
Yeah, it's a herbivore, and so he gets stuck in tar. She goes to go save him. Mills is trying to stop her from saving him and getting in the middle of any of it because he's like, you could die. And she goes,
and don't mess with the past.
Yeah, don't mess with any of it. And then she wants to go rush to go save the animal. He has to save her from dying, so he ends up helping her save the animal. And then he has to grab her and run to go for cover. Because right after they save the animal and it starts scampering away and falls over, Castile style, the little meat eater, little, T-Rex looking ones.
Teenager baby.
Yeah, teenager baby ones. They all swarm and
Carnivore
attack this herbivore and just eat the shit out of it, and it starts screaming in pain. And it's just this really like realistic, tragic look into the dog eat dog world.
You know what else does that?
What?
Apes, chimps, gorillas, other primates.
Dogs. Or not dogs, ducks.
Well, ducks are just weird.
Literally,
little
adult
fucks.
ducks will literally rape a child duck.
No, we're not talking about rape. Literally.
Grape, sorry.
Any primate. You know what they do? They literally. Joe Rogan's talking about it. I've seen it on my shorts.
Yeah.
Chimpanzee.
Yeah. It's pretty
Eating,
brutal.
like monkey.
Yeah, nature, I was
Grab
watching this and going,
and
nature's
just-
brutal.
Chewing off its arm while it's screaming in pain and literally eating it alive.
Yeah.
So, what you just described,
Yeah.
nature, bitch.
I'm sitting there watching this movie, and I'm like, part of me is going, no, don't kill the poor dinosaur, and then the other part of me goes,
There's reality.
this is reality for you, buddy. These dinosaurs were merciless and rage-filled and primal as fuck.
Right.
And they will literally eat each other. And I was like, I was watching this, like, Mills has got an emotional attachment to this girl because, you know, his daughter. And he's, like, essentially, like, unintentionally projecting his emotions of his daughter onto this girl and trying to protect her. She is gaining a familial relationship with him. And they're the only two characters that are showing compassion. And it's being contrasted and mirrored against a world full of hungry, angry beasts who just kill each other. And I'm like watching this and I'm like, dinosaurs aren't so sexy no more. They're kind of scary. Like, this is showing you that dinosaurs are monsters. They were.
Yeah. Even the herbivores were monsters.
Yeah, like you really started to think
Because
about it.
if you think about it, I'm all out of food. What am I gonna eat? Hey, look, something tiny. Crunch.
Yeah.
Just
Like-
because you got flat teeth,
Yeah, it doesn't mean you can't.
like
Do
we do,
it.
doesn't mean you can't eat meat.
There was literally a scene where it was implied that one of the planet eaters ate the other planet eater. And I was like watching this and I'm like,
Yes.
wait, isn't that an herbivore? Like, this is going against
That
my science
doesn't mean
knowledge from
shit.
from elementary school.
The
Fuck high
lies
school.
they told us.
And I'm like watching this and I'm like that herbivore got really hungry. Like they just said screw plants. There's food right there. And then I watched as Mills is walking by another carcass, and the carcass is like a herbivore, and he's hearing ripping sounds, and he's carrying his gun, and he's walking around, and it's like he's in a war zone the whole time because he kind of is, and he's looking around, and he's like he's just like he like steps back a little bit and kind of goes slowly away, and the girl's like, she like looks at him in confusion because she sees the innocent looking dinosaur, and he's just like going,
The flat teeth.
trying to get her
dinosaur.
away, and she's like trying to go for it, and he's like, go die, you could die. And I'm just like watching this, I'm like, these dinosaurs are freaking scary.
Not dinosaur. See, that's where my thing goes. Yes, and if everybody quit doing the whole Land Before Time, pretty dinosaurs, and fuck, it's a dragon.
Yeah, like they're kind of like that.
Yeah.
They're just animals. They're just animals who
When you get hungry, you eat something.
eat things and screw things, and that's it. Like, there's like, I was like finding it so weird how I'm like, this is a world where there's no media, there's no diplomacy, there's no infighting, there's no bickering,
There's no bullshit.
there's no bullshit. There is just simply eating each other and fucking. That's it.
I kill to eat. I fuck to breed.
Uh-huh.
My DNA must be everywhere. I'm going to keep fucking.
And no familial connection or emotional connection either, because they're just simply primal. There is no, like, conscience.
Uh-huh.
There's no any of that.
Which, here's the funny part. Adam and Eve. How do we have so many different races? You mean, how do we have 15 different shades of brown? But we're
Right.
all brown?
Right.
Maybe because some of us liked eating things that we could kill that were in a cave, so we got lighter skin.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, look at everybody who comes from the region of where Jesus supposedly came from, hey, look, they look like Native Americans. You're permanently tan.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I stay outside for a week. I got tan as shit.
I watched a sci-fi movie and got deep-brained, okay? Like, I got really contemplative about reality.
But see, here's the thing. What if he's Adam and she grows up, and because they're the only two humans on Earth, he's got to fuck her? There's movie 2!
Well, they left the planet, and they were on their way somewhere else.
Does that mean they actually stayed off the planet? Or did they get part way away, and then the ship gave out and they had to drift back to Earth?
Honestly, I don't know.
That would be movie 2.
Because credits happened as they were in space.
Just a thought.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. Like, in the world they were in the context and the way that the story went.
Construction of the universe.
Yeah, and the way that they were in that universe. Like, that there literally was just them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, that could have
Adam
happened.
and Eve.
That could have been a thing. Yeah. No matter how creepy it sounds, no matter how wrong it sounds.
Because
no matter
technically it's
what,
not his daughter.
Yeah.
Different genetics. She's old enough. They're going to die, or he's going to die. So he has to make sure that the human race keeps going. So, I gotta.
Even though she's 9. But yeah.
I mean, how old was he?
He's in his 30s or 40s.
Men can have children until they're dead.
I know.
And if he's a military man, he could still be virile and moving.
Oh, he's in shape as hell in this movie. He can't be out of shape. Yeah, but see, there's
the thing. She's 9.
Yeah.
9 years later, them having to go back to the planet or something messes up and the ship just takes them back to the planet.
Mm-hmm.
And they're using the stuff in the ship and the plants to literally build a society. And when she's old enough so that way it doesn't crumble because they're the only 2 humans living there to keep the race going, he has to. It's you let yourself die off, you let everything that is you, genetically, 2 mortals, 2 humanoids.
Yeah, and there's technically
be the only
aliens.
2, or you procreate.
Technically aliens, which were humans. They were dead humans that he found on the planet when he showed up. Because he found that the people that were there before from a previous mission were dead. And technically those humans were still on that planet when they left the planet. So technically aliens came to Earth in this movie. One of them was named Mills. And the other was a 9-year-old girl. I was thinking about that last night. I was like, wait a minute.
I mean, she's not that far off from puberty and starting bleeding, so I mean, gotta keep the race going, motherfucker.
I was literally like, watching this movie and being like, wait a minute.
Why do you think back in the 1800s and 1700s, the 40-year-old men were fucking 14, 15, 16-year-olds?
Yeah, not to mention Earth looked different in this movie.
I mean,
like, I was expecting it to look different in the sense that, like, it was Pangea.
That's gross.
But, like...
I mean, that's what you do when the end of the world happens.
I did not get far on my homework.
Comment.
Back! I did not get far on my homework. I mean, that's not a surprise.
What was your homework?
That's gross. I mean, yeah, I mean, I never said it wasn't gross.
I didn't say it wasn't gross. I'm saying it's a biological factor. That's like everybody's like, ew, you're fucking an old guy. No, they don't say that. That's alright, because girls go after older men. But if they say, ew, you're fucking an old bitch.
They call them cougars.
I mean, she just bought me a new Lamborghini, so I don't care. I'm just picking a bitch to get a house.
But yeah, no, I found it weird.
It's that weird dynamic that, you know, older men always go after younger women.
If their technology is that advanced, they could just make clones. I mean, if they made clones, it would make the story that Mills had to go through a little less intense, because then he could have just cloned his sick daughter, who'd gotten sick.
Which also proves that they don't have the technology for cloning in the movie.
Yeah, like they're...
Just because you can travel through time does not mean you can clone yourself, because it's never a perfect process, and something's always with the damn clones.
True. Like, I was watching... But this movie was great, though. I loved it because I felt like it made me think a lot deeper than I typically do. And it also made me
Those are always fun movies.
Yeah, and those were... And it was visiting some stuff that we barely touch as a culture. We're so rooted
Well,
in infighting and so rooted in politics.
everybody else barely touch. I always go there.
Yeah, like no, it's fair. Like I everyone's so rooted in like the current
their own bullshit.
infighting and and the bullshit and stuff. They don't think about that time period at all. Like they're just like they were dinosaurs, they died, and it's like, but it's so interesting because in this movie they start out on another planet, and Mills is on the planet with his wife and his kid, and then on his mission, on his mission he ends up crash landing on Earth. So he's technically an alien on another planet. It just happens to be Earth. And like I was
the
like,
origins of everything. Wait, we didn't come from here.
It made me think about that.
We're just a TV show for another race.
It made me think about that. Honestly, it made me think. I'm like, what if Adam and Eve were aliens?
Since Karnage wanted to, or also my homework was from therapy.
Oh, okay.
Now he didn't have her DNA, so. I mean, yeah, no, he didn't.
Well, technically he did, because there was a couple of scenes in the movie where not only is he playing video clips of his daughter from when she was younger, because the movie takes place a couple years later. What it does is it starts out when she's a little kid, and then it skips a couple years because he's on a mission for a couple years, and so he's got video clips and archive footage from when she was younger and she was still alive, and it hints and implies that a tragedy's happened, but it doesn't explicitly say it until later in the movie when it finally covers the fact that she did die. But he does have her DNA. He has hair from her, and he has some other stuff that, stray hair part. She's got some stray stuff that, he never...
You could get DNA off.
That he never got rid of because it's his daughter. Because he was trying to have a part of her still. But, like, he didn't want to acknowledge...
That,
it was like...
that makes me think of,
he wanted a part
Star
of her...
Trek Voyager.
Yeah.
Where they're fighting the guy who keeps offing planets to see if he can save his wife.
Yeah.
That died in the Civil War on their planet. And he's got her hair sitting there.
Yeah, he's got part of her there, but he's also playing the avoidance game because he doesn't want to admit the fact that she's gone.
Yep.
Like, he acknowledges it without being verbal about it.
He acknowledges it without actually acknowledging it fully.
And
she's gone, but I won't admit that she's gone because that means I don't love her. Sort of thing.
Yeah, and then he, there's a part where, the girl is playing footage of his daughter and, watching the video clips. And then he kind of hangs his head a little bit, and he's going, fuck, I've got to acknowledge this. I've got to say it out loud.
I love how my solution destroys the premise of the movie.
I mean, not really, because he could have taken his daughter there anyway, and then his daughter would become friends with the girl. You could have had you would have had a slightly altered version of the movie, but he could have still been on the mission, and his daughter could easily be cloned, because he would have had to go to this place and then looking for a cure for her, paying for a cure for her, and then a clone would have been made.
Clone her in a cured body.
Right, and then a clone would have been made, and then because he's still emotionally attached to his daughter, he ends up gaining another relationship with this other girl as a father figure. They leave Earth, and then he goes and reunites with his now cloned daughter. It could still work. The movie was paper thin when it came to some of the elements, but it was a fucking awesome movie. And I happen to love Adam Driver, so there you go.
Alright, well let's end it there because it's 12:30.
Hey, I had to review the movie.
You're good. You're good. But I came up with the oddball thought that well, what if we're gonna plant this back into the whole thing of that's Adam and Eve.
No, this movie made me think of that.
It's weird and creepy and shit.
I literally saw that in action.
What a lot of people don't realize, or people even think about, and I only know this because I know somebody it happened to. Grandma died. Grandpa got married to a new lady. His aunt is 1 year younger than him.
Yeah.
Because he knocked up the new bitch. The new grandma, the step grandma, whatever you want to call the lady.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Our shit, whether it works or not, when you shoot a load, that is a load, give it to somebody, there will be kids involved at some point.
Yeah. But yeah, so we're gonna call it. I got to review my dinosaur movie. I watched the trailer for this movie like a year and change ago, or a year ago, and went, we have to go see this. And then we never did in the theater. And so I ended up watching it anyway.
So, tomorrow, after I'm done watching Deadpool and Wolverine, because we're definitely reviewing that next week.
Oh, yeah.
So, warning for spoilers for next week. Haha. I'm going to watch that one. We'll talk about both next week.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm down with that. But yeah, so it's been...
And we'll show you our popcorn tins,
Yeah.
whatever we get.
Yep. We'll show that craziness. I'm TPAW.
Karnage 6778, 90% of everywhere.
And this has been Crazy Peas. We'll catch you same bat time, same bat place. Crazy Peas.
Unless some weird shit happens again.
Yep. Have a week.